Welcome back to Resistance at the Threshold. This is session number 8, entitled Faceless Threats. Last session, um, they tried to go up the mountain with the abbess of Urmarag Monastery. Um, it didn't work. They got attacked by Rising Suns, and yeah, they defeated them. It was a complicated conflict, but in the end, they did take prisoners. That being the case, the abbess suggested that they take their prisoners back to Gateneath. And yeah, you've returned back to the town. I don't think there was any mention of any parting words with the abbess. So you're back in Gateneath. It's probably around noon. So you can engage with the town. At your pleasure. I assume that the captain of the watch is escorting the prisoner. Was there two? It was two, right?
We left
Two.
one ago, though, right?
Yeah, one
Oh,
of
yeah.
them we let go because he
Oh,
talked.
that's right.
Right. And then you took the
He's a
other one back
snitch.
with you.
hmm
Got it. Okay. So then, yeah, you can take him back to the prison and whatever else you need to be doing. Just let me know.
I think Summer would return to the temple.
Okay.
Just
Yeah, not much has changed in the few hours
Yeah.
that you've been gone.
I would have just put him in jail and who was in charge of the jail? I wrote her name down.
Mavis.
It was
Maybe it's Arcanon.
thank you. I would just tell her what his deal is, but like he's really nothing special. Well, besides the fact that he attacked us. So I guess that does make him special. His mom
The
thinks it's special.
prisoner who got cut across the back, he was inquiring regarding the priestess from the temple. I don't know if Summer has talked to you. He tried to explain it to me, but I don't understand what he was saying. He said that there should be some sort of agreement or arrangement from Summer regarding his status.
I think this was the week I was gone. Did Summer talk to me about this arrangement?
I don't know.
I feel like she probably would have at some point. Well, no, this is just the day after. I'm trying to remember when
In
that
my
happened.
notes that John sent me from that session, it doesn't mention an arrangement.
Oh, hold on. I
2
wrote it
days.
down.
This would be 2 days after we captured him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I don't
Looking
think
at it.
Summer mentioned. She told me about the whole dragon horde and whatnot under the town, but I don't think she mentioned anything about an arrangement to me.
You're certainly free to ask him about it or inquire with Summer. I, again, didn't understand much of what he was saying, and I'll be honest, it's really not something I was terribly focused on caring about.
I'll talk to him.
Okay.
I'll just wait outside the cell in case anything goes wrong.
Of course.
I step into the cell and I assume he's just sitting there chilling.
Yeah, he is still lying on his stomach. The wound has healed pretty well with Summer's assistance. But he was shackled to the bed when he first came in, and they've let him kind of lay as he likes, and he's laying on his stomach at current. When you come in, he kind of moves very quickly to kind of sit up, but you notice that there's a bit of a like a wincing when he kind of like sits up.
So what's this about some kind of arrangement?
Oh, yes, the priestess didn't talk to you?
We've been busy.
Oh, I gave her some information. She said she was going to try and persuade you to maybe be lenient regarding my bounties. There's probably a price on my head, and as a captain of a town watch, it's your duty to string me up by the neck and pay out whoever captured me, which would be you, and would grant you prudence over the barony's stipend towards my head. But I'm asking for clemency.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of doing public hangings these days.
Okay.
But while we were just out earlier today, we had a we ran into a fellow who was able to give us some help and s- provide us with what we decided, with what information, with information until we decided it would be useful. So I don't see why we can't make an arrangement.
Okay. Okay, great. So however long you want to hold me, that's fine. I'm willing to do whatever time you feel is necessary as long as, my neck isn't being stretched out or, removed or anything like that. So yeah, Alloway, be blessed. And um, thank you for your graciousness and your mercy. And he kind of just
So you're a member of one of the knives, is that right?
not really a member, no, I'm more of a hireling. I'm pretty skilled with the sword, as you may have noticed before you were cutting me down uh, from behind.
Sorry, I didn't notice.
Oh, no worries. So anyway, um, yeah, I took on freelance work, sell sword, and most of my jobs that were paying um, came from the knives below, and they were doing some what I would call archaeology, I guess, digging up old stuff down beneath your town. They had gotten access to it from the the old setting suns, and yeah, it's been beneficial. We're looking to see if we can't find the dragon sword that they've got information about. Found a lot of cool stuff, which you probably confiscated. It's fine. But it was a pretty big gig. I was personally planning on kind of taking a couple things, and just leaving once some pretty stuff started popping up out of the ground. But you showed up. We had our kerfuffle, and here we are.
What do you know about your employer?
Well, the knives are. I'll be honest. They're not as strong as they were a few years ago. They've definitely splintered off. There's a lot of different cells that kind of fight amongst each other. Um, the cell that I was working for was interested in kind of getting a bunch of, coin, um, making their way north, passing through Penford, possibly making their way up into Dayet, and living the Bandit King's life there in the streets there. Out of character note, Dayet is known as the Bandit City. It's like imagine like debauchery to its greatest degree.
Tortuga.
Yeah, only not weird.
How do you spell diet?
Deut.
Cool, I got it right. You said you got into the town thanks to the Suns.
Mm-hmm.
What do you know about them?
They same leadership as they've had before. They're calling themselves something different for some reason. I don't know why. It's not going to fool anybody. Kind of dumb. But yeah, it's still Dusk running the show. Um, and my boss was keen on just getting into the town, getting under the town for those purposes. So made an arrangement with them for information regarding the tunnels. Apparently, a couple of our folks got a little too carried away with exploring. And, made camp in some noble's house. I'm assuming that's how you found us.
Afraid it is.
Yeah, that makes sense. Well,
Where do you know about where the tunnels go under the town?
I just knew the way in, and the way they told us we gotta go if we gotta get out in a hurry.
Where's that?
To the south to get out in a hurry, and we came in through the north.
One moment.
No worries, take your notes.
Also,
say
I
you're-
found mine.
Wonderful. You mentioned your boss. Who's this boss of yours?
Well, normally, professional courtesy would mean that I remain ambiguous regarding the names and therein, but seeing
As
as
soon as
you're...
he mentioned, as soon as he starts going off at professional curse, I just stand sitting there and I open my flask and I
yeah,
look off, just ignore him. I'm just taking a swig of that.
and it's almost like he kind of just very quickly turns into it. But seeing as you are sparing my life and everything, he looks down at the ground and kind of, sorry, Eglin, gotta break the code, and looks at you and he says, it's Drake. It's one of the lieutenants of the leader of the Knights Below before we started having our issues. See little inside dragon chest. The old leader, Rooker, was killed by a couple of the lieutenants, Drake included. And then the 3 lieutenants started having a bit of a pull and push for that power vacuum, from what I've been told. And so Drake decided that he was going to make a bunch of money and dip, because word on the winds was this area wasn't going to be very much, wasn't going to be very pleasant to remain here for much longer.
Anything else you might want to share with me that might make me feel good about it?
I feel like I've given you a bunch of information here. I don't really have much more. I mean, I know where the Knives Below are staying, if you're interested in dealing with them, but
Oh, where's that?
I mean, absolutely. It's to the north, and he kind of like explains to you. It's a one of the manor houses near where. Hold on, checking my notes. Belgith Noldos' like little manor house off in the north, the rich people houses. He tells you it's a house not too far from there. And he says, I doubt they'll be there much longer, though. Well, with having been routed. Stacy's probably not going to be of the mind to kind of rush back and try and take down Gateneath or anything.
Who's Stacy?
The one that got away.
She the girl with the knives and
Yeah,
fancy sword work?
that was Stacy.
What's her mom like?
Well, she's got it going on.
What
But
can you tell me about her? What's her
well,
what's her deal?
she's not the girl for me. Anyway, she's she's been a knife for a while. She's been a knife for quite a bit, actually. She's hired me for a couple of different jobs. She was actually my link in this specific endeavor, and yeah, she's pretty cutthroat, but she's honorable. She when those dunderheads did what they did in the basement of that noble fellow, the one who did the deed, she ran him through. So, if you're still looking for the culprit on that, deed's done.
All right, all right. Well, I appreciate what you've said here so far.
Well, yeah, I appreciate you sparing my life. I mean, definitely going to be.
Fortunately, we can't just let you go, but I'm sure we can make a nicer arrangement for you.
This isn't too bad, actually. I've been in a lot worse cells. Catoll by the Sea, it's their prisons. They chain you up to the wall and let you down for
Oh
the
yeah,
night.
I've heard about that place. I might know a guy who used to work there.
Is that different from Callet?
Callet, I meant Callet. I keep on saying that town's name wrong. Colot, Callet, Catoll. I've said it like 30 different ways.
Culottes?
We got
Colonoscopy.
colonoscopy by the sea. It's really runny.
Runny.
It's a really runny place.
Oh,
Okay.
Don't drink
Always
the drink.
gonna take it just one
Well,
step
I
too far.
I just stand up
2
and
steps.
before I go, I take another swig out of my flask and here, you want a sip? Looks like you might be thirsty.
Bit of a teetotaler. Sorry.
It's coffee.
Oh, okay, yeah. Takes a sip. It's not alcoholic. It's just coffee.
No, it's my flask of boundless,
Oh.
bottle of boundless coffee.
I remember that. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, he takes a sip and enjoys it and passes it back. Yeah, he definitely is in good graces with you guys. He very happy with the situation. The other prisoner is, in his cell as well. If you want to continue interrogations, but you pretty much got all the information from the other guys. So that guy's
Your name? What's your name there, son?
Oh my god, I named myself last time and I totally don't remember what it was. I'll let Elizabeth check her notes, and if she doesn't have him,
I do not.
then I will find it later because
Okay.
I'll just have to rewatch.
Well, he was the
it.
one that refused to talk. It was the other guy that we had a name for that I
No,
don't
no.
remember.
Talking about the guy who got
the-
cut in the back.
Yeah.
Oh.
He did give his name. I
Sorry.
just don't remember what it was.
It's
We
the-
found him underground.
Yeah, he was with the guys downstairs.
Mhm.
We can add it in
His
post.
name Henry Molson.
No, but I guess it can be for now. For as a fill-in, Henry Molson is his name. And once I find out what I really named him, then I will inform you accordingly.
What?
Okay. So
I leave and I just tell Mavis, treat this one all right. I think he'll be useful.
yeah, I've been treating him okay.
I
Was
think
it-
I found his name. Oh, go ahead. Sorry to interrupt.
No, yeah, give it to me.
I think it's in my notes. There's a person named Brunar Fist.
No,
That was
Lieutenant.
yeah.
Is he on our side?
yeah,
He was with us.
All right. Sorry. That was a false alarm.
I do have an Abe next to Drake Barry, but I don't think that's right.
no, that doesn't sound right at all.
Yeah. I just have Mount Drake Barry and then Abe.
Oh,
I don't know why.
yeah, Red Drake Berry, not Abe.
I don't know.
So, are we done with the prison for a second?
You can do what you want.
Maybe it's Ale.
I have a question. Just because my notes kind of look like somebody very mentally unstable got a hold of. I'm sorry. So
Was it me?
I have the obvious joke. so they're your notes, is what you're saying.
Oh. Oh. No, they're mine.
So at the end of the last session, the big moment is we realize that Waldir Idhelm
Mhm.
has been orchestrating
The attack.
the Rising Suns
Yeah.
to murder
Uh-huh.
the Abbess,
No.
No, her.
to murder
Me.
Evangeline.
Yeah.
Correct.
But I
Uh,
thought we also heard that the aunt or whatever the leader is actually on her side. Is that what we heard? Or am
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
making that stuff up?
She ended up putting her foot down.
Yeah.
So now he's just doing it behind her back.
Yeah.
Right. Waldir Idhelm is your uncle. Married. What's your aunt's name?
What's your aunt's name?
Evangeline.
aunt-
What is your aunt's name?
What was the dead one's name?
Vanjie, this is why our
Hold on.
towns are at war. I swear.
Okay, so
Uh,
there was my father's name. What was his name again?
Roman.
Both had W names,
You're doing a
right?
great job here.
Roman.
No, that's my dad.
Your bio dad is Romand.
Right.
No, my bio dad
No,
is dead.
that's-
Roman
yeah.
is my dad.
Stepdad.
Oh shit.
Well, he should have been her dad.
Yeah. He's the one that
But-
raised me.
Because he
Girl,
was married.
that's your stepdad.
Damir.
No.
Damir was your
Demir and
biological
Waldir.
dad.
So
Waldir
I feel
is
like her
his
name
brother, and her
is-
name is.
Elanir.
I think I actually have. We had something, but we'll go with that for now. I'll double check my notes. I think it's just Lady Idhelm in my notes, actually.
Lady
Yeah.
Idhelm.
So what did you
And-
just say it was?
Elanir.
Okay, hold on. Let me double check.
So like
Elanir.
Eleanor, but near. Because it matches all of her brothers.
Elanir.
Sorry, no. Damir Idhelm is the Lady Idhelm. Erdrick Idhelm is your biological father. Sorry.
Ah.
Demir is
Damir. And I remember
Damir.
Damir.
That's a man's name.
Is it?
Typically.
Is it?
If I offered it up, and I think I did, it was probably for
I
a
think
male
you did. Yeah.
character.
I think that was my bio dad.
Your bio dad's Erdrick Idhelm, though. Why did I ask for a name for the dad?
I don't know why you
No.
did, but
Was I high? Drunk or
Poss-
otherwise?
I
So-
think you might have been drunk. I
For
don't know.
sure, Erdrick is your dad. Matilda is
Erdrick.
your mom. Matilda, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And then Waldir is your uncle. Did we? Okay, so
Okay, so we could make her Demira.
Okay, that works.
that works.
This is like the Kardashians. I don't know who
God, I
half of them
hope not.
are.
I don't.
Same.
That
wanna-
just made me like 10 times more in. Like I'm in even more than I was before.
Yeah.
Yes. Demira is kind of a Kardashian name.
Let's just hope.
Doesn't start with a C though,
So what? Is,
In this
I
rule,
know.
they start
or
with
sound
Ds.
like a C.
Well,
Kadamira.
Chimera. or
what would be
whatever.
the equivalence
Chimera.
be though?
Yeah.
Like, so like who is who? You know what I mean? Like,
Oh no. If we go
Okay.
down that road,
it's gonna get
it will.
scared
Yeah.
because
Okay.
eventually
well,
we'll have
I
to
feel
find
like
out who
Walter
Ye
would be
is.
Kim Kardashian, because isn't she always like fucking with her sisters and not giving a shit about them?
I don't know. I don't watch that.
I don't
show.
either. All I see is
Demira
snippets, and
has-
they're all like, "God, Kim, you don't care."
Demira,
That's all I know.
as we just named her, and yeah, she has no sisters, only brothers, two brothers, Waldir and Erdrick.
Okay. So, I think at this time, Evangeline, not Evangeline, Dahabe would want to be kind of like stuck like glue to Evangeline. I don't want to keep you out of my sight. Who knows what could happen? That was a really dangerous situation on the road.
Yeah.
We need to call the sheriff. We need guards everywhere. Who
Yeah,
knows
maybe.
what could go on?
I don't know that we need to overreact. It was just an arrow.
Wait, did you almost die?
Hmm?
You almost died. I don't think that's overreacting. If
But
it
I'm
wasn't
not.
if it wasn't for my arcane work and the celestial intervention of summer, you would be in your grave right now, and I'd be having to plan a funeral. So,
A quick note on magical healing in my setting. I just want to make sure it's very, very clear. If
Mhm.
you get knocked to dying, typically that's not a wound that just goes away with magical healing and it's gone forever. There's still some sort of remnant there. So if you got like arrowed in the chest, I think was what would happen, or the face. I
I
don't
don't
remember.
remember.
Yeah, wherever it is, that
the titty?
Oh, I got stabbed, didn't I?
yeah, that's right. So that wound is still kind of present, especially
Yeah,
since it's
on the
so
arm.
recent
He
after.
slashed me on the arm with the poison, but I resisted it.
Right.
Oh, we haven't even rested yet.
It's been a couple hours.
No, so she's literally still like probably like oozing just a little bit. No,
Probably not leaking.
no. But I have blood on my shirt.
Yeah, there's staining,
Well,
sure.
I got blood on my. It's fine.
Look, you may not be bleeding, but I think you're probably dissociating right now. At some point, we need to get with the sheriff and figure out security, and the mayor too. Where is the mayor anyway? Where is everyone? I don't understand. What's just you and me right now in this? And what are we in like the?
Meanwhile, Mikhail, what were you doing when you
Yeah.
got back? And if you're
All right.
not sure, I can skip to Casey either or.
I know exactly what I was doing. I
Okay.
even wrote it down. So, what I was going to do when I got back was check on the condition of my younger brother, whose name is Gabriel. Vine is his last name. It's very easy.
Yep.
And he had a nurse named Kaylin, a
Mhm.
male nurse. So I want to check out because he was in like very bad condition the last couple of weeks, and like he'd get sick, look like he's going to die, then you get a little bit better, then he gets sick again. So I just want to check on him first.
So when you report to your house and kind of go to the section of your house where he's currently staying, Kaylin would say to you, he's on the mend. He definitely has been more receptive to conversation, and he was able to keep down a bit of the morning gruel. But he's currently unconscious as it stands. He got a little bit excitable in the middle of the morning. I don't know for why. It just seemed like he was, I don't know, extremely worried and panicking. And he kept saying your name.
Oh.
Interesting. Thank you very much. I really appreciate what you do, all that you do to help my brother and me.
Of course.
And
Um, this spell isn't uncommon. In the last couple of months, it's been something I've seen similarly. If you'd like, perhaps this evening, if you wished to sit with him, he would be more receptive then, I think.
yes, that would be great. I was really worried about him these past couple of weeks because he would get very dehydrated, and then somehow he would, you would get him to keep some stuff down, and so it's been a roller coaster. Actually, I don't know if we would know. That's an anachronism, guys. Sorry about that. but I'm censoring myself. But no, I will definitely sit with him this evening then, because if he has moments of lucidity, I would like to speak with him and hear what he has to say.
Absolutely. I will make sure that the room is prepared to receive you, and I'll make sure everything is nice and tidy before you arrive.
All right. Thank you very much. And then what I would do, since that's good news, I'd just go in there real quick, kind of, hold his
Yeah.
hand, check up on him, look at him, make sure he looks okay, and then kind of tell him I love him, that sort of thing.
He seems very calm when you first come into the room. When you kind of take his hand and hold it, you can see that even though he's sleeping, there's like a smile that kind of shows on his face. He definitely does look like he's in the same kind of state of health that he has been for the last few months. It's definitely kind of, diminishing, but it is nice to see him smiling here at this moment. He seems to be at peace.
That is great. And so I would then kind of whisper to him that, like, I'm going to say my younger brother was always like really into business and keeping, everything running, kind of micromanaging almost. So I would whisper to him, knowing that he would approve of this. I would say, I'm going to head over and check out how everything's going with the business, make sure nobody's run into any issues, and I'll be back and speak with you this evening. So rest up, and give him a kiss on the forehead, and then thank Kaylin again, and then leave. Go. I have to head out. I'm gonna check up inside the town in where we have the business.
Okay, I'm gonna cut to Casey before you kind of get to that. Casey, is there anything that you want to be doing on your arrival back? Again, it's about midday when you, like noonish when you arrive back.
I suppose I would go back and check in at the mayor's office to make sure nothing crazy's happened. I mean, it's only been a few hours, but
Espen's kind of like,
that would be the first place I go.
What are you doing here? Thought you were going up the mountain. Staying there.
Yes, sorry. We, what's a good way to phrase this? We're attacked on the road.
What?
Oh, yes. Yes.
How did they get back there?
I, hadn't considered that one. Frankly,
I will
seems
remind.
strange they were able to bypass this town.
There
Although
was
we
a
are,
tunnel that they used.
yeah, that.
But Casey's obviously forgetful, so yeah, that's fine. Keep going, Zach.
Seems they must have moved through the town at some point.
Yeah. Do you want me to lock up more? Maybe make sure the office is nice and tight with all this rumors of bandits underneath the town and all that.
Perhaps the upper floors.
You got it.
We must keep the main level open, though,
Of course.
for the time being.
Pull anything that isn't necessary upstairs.
And I believe it's time we called an assembly meeting. We have several matters to discuss.
Okay. For when?
Ideally, sooner rather than later. Do you think
I'll see
on the morrow is too soon?
I'll see what we can muster schedule-wise.
Excellent. Once you get confirmation from at least three quarters of the masters, report back.
They kind of tap their eye stalk that has their calling stone connected to their, stock. And, so you'll know you'll get a call when that's ready. Anything else you want to engage in, since that was kind of short? And then I'm gonna...
No, I do want Espen specifically working on calling an assembly of all the guild. Well, there's one guild representative sent from everyone, whether it's the master or a rep, but everyone gets to send a rep to an assembly because we can't manage a meeting with every single guild member. That's too many people to gather and converse.
It's not too bad. It's not a huge town.
Yeah. I mean, it happens, but it's not conducive to the type of meeting that needs to occur.
Okay. So, Mikhail, kind of treading back through the line and going back up effectively. Mikhail, when you go to the Grand Hall of Revelry, you're going about the normal business. Everything seems to be in order at the start of the 6th day, and you would get a notice from the mayor that there is a call for the guildmasters or representative of the guildmasters to attend on the morrow at the earliest. If the date is inconvenient, the arrangements can be made.
All right. Yeah. This is what I think is that I would generally attend those meetings
Okay.
for our guild, just because I like to be hands-on. I don't like delegate it to somebody else. And also, my thought is that I have a question about the calling, like the calling stone. Or would somebody else in the business have one of those, or do I always have to go show up? Because what I was thinking, even if somebody does have one, I would probably show up anyways, because I like to kind of see that, see with your own eyes what's going on, be hands-on. And
Well,
make sure everything's done.
the mayor's office wouldn't be requesting this via calling stone. That's not how that would happen.
Oh, okay.
No. This would have been like a formal letter that was sent
Okay.
out, kind of a little later than middle of the day, shortly after Casey requested it.
Okay, that's great then. I just trying to understand. But also, now that it came up, the question of the calling stone: would somebody else like in my operation have one or not? I mean, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
I mean, again, like Moirax's guard. Not every single one of them has a calling stone, but the
Right.
lieutenants do. And then for Summer, not every single person in the temple has one, but her husband probably does, and so does like whoever she treats as her like second in command.
Yeah,
And
that
then
makes sense. Yeah.
Evangeline and Dahabe are kind of already keyed on that, and Dahabe's linked to the Lord Master's Tower wouldn't want to answer it anyway. She's busy finishing some books before her time.
Okay.
And then
yeah, that makes sense.
yeah,
So yeah, I would say it kind of makes sense to me that somebody at the my operations, my vineyard, or whatever vineyard operations, somebody would have one, because like that way I could contact them, and if we need to. And it's like, since it's like the most important business
any
in the
specific
town.
individual that you have in mind for that?
I was gonna have the dwarf, which I have a name.
Grape Crusher, Adam Grape Crusher, I believe is what it was.
Grape Crusher. I was trying to. I didn't. Oh, it's written down right here. Gosh, my notes are like written by a crazy person too, because there's like the name Adam, and then over on the side is Grape Crusher.
You have literally no. I don't want to show my notes because I might reveal too much. But yeah, I've got like 6 notepads that have their own individual purpose, each with just quickly typed things kind of jotted in it, and I'm trying to convert everything into the fandom to make it easier on everyone and myself.
Sometimes actually it would be kind of interesting to see what your notes look
No,
like
absolutely not. You don't get to.
It's just a blank
after a
page.
campaign is over.
Oh yeah, I mean, do you want me to pull back my?
If you can see it, but you die 7 days later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a
in game
curse.
or
It's
in
not
real life?
even 7
In
days.
real life.
It's like
Both.
3.
Both.
Show it to me now, then.
Oh man.
Well,
What are
you
we
die in
waiting
real
for?
life, but you also die where it really matters in game.
Yeah, actually, I never told you this, and Chris, you've kind of narrowly escaped it a couple times, but my D&D sessions are actually just Jumanji. So if you die in the game, you die for real.
His reaction.
But if we win the game, you turn
Yeah.
back into an 11-year-old and have to go through puberty twice.
But the second time, with all of the knowledge that you have as a
Joke's
30
on
something.
you.
Wait,
I'd
Fuck yeah, I'll
definitely be
do
on
that.
movie
Or I
blockers. Fuck that.
Feels like cheating.
That
If
is
only-
definitely cheat codes right
if
there.
only we could Jumanji it. If only I had
Isn't
the
there
power.
an anime about that?
There's
What?
so many anime
Probably.
about it.
Sure.
There's so many.
The answer to that
Like-
is always yes.
Definitely a lot of things
Fair
I probably
enough.
would have done different.
All right. So
Isn't there an
anyways,
anime about alien and bubbles and songs? Yes.
Oh, absolutely.
It's called Bubble. It's actually really good.
when Mikael does get into
Why was my immediate response to that is, yeah, I masturbated to it.
oh man, it's getting so derailed.
It's on the internet
You've
forever, man.
masturbated to bubble parkour?
Oh
Yeah.
man.
Yep.
During the
Post-apocalypse
stream
Tokyo?
too.
Yep.
I'm joking. It was a
Wow.
joke. That was a joke, internet. Joke.
Yeah.
I definitely
Elizabeth is turning
do
red
John
not-
again.
likes the alien
I
bubble
definitely
definitely
mermaid.
do not- I definitely do not like hentai. That is I am not that guy.
What is happening?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't
So
know.
what were you saying, Kevin?
I
Before I
feel like
rudely
this is
interrupted
my
you
fault,
with
and I don't
No,
care.
that's okay. I interrupt people
Y'all are
sometimes,
just trying
so
to
I
kill
gotta.
me over here.
But what I was trying to say was, when I
Always
get
show we love
into the vineyard operation, the building, I don't even remember what we called it, but it's on here. It's on the map. I'm gonna look on the map.
Yeah, it's called the Grand Hall Revelry.
That's where I do my operations. I guess
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. All right. So when I get in there, I want to talk to Adam, the dwarf
Mhm.
winemaker guy, who's basically my head of operations, and see how things are going. You know, if there's any problems I can help him with. And then I find out about the meeting. I said, okay, I'll go to the meeting and let you know what happens. Is there anything we need to talk about? You know, that whole thing.
He says there's a package for you in the back office.
Package?
Yeah.
What like
I'm not
wait,
gonna.
I'm assuming we get packages all the time, probably.
Well,
So I
yeah.
probably wouldn't even be surprised.
Okay.
I mean, I'm surprised, and my players are surprised, but I don't think actually Mikal would be surprised. He
Sure.
probably thinks it's just anything else. You know, we get packages all the time.
If you go back there, there's a beautiful
Yes.
green glass vase filled to the brim with an arrangement of gorgeous wildflowers and roses, and a card attached to it that has the heraldic marking of House Greenbottle.
Of course. What does it say on there?
Thank you for the pleasant day. It was a great time spending it with you and with the rest of the movers and shakers of the town. I really appreciate it. Signed,
Okay.
Brilka.
Yeah. Now I'm wondering, is she like considered a guild master?
She
Will
is.
be okay, good. But I think from our last meeting, when we had the big get together with everybody and stuff, with Abaddis and everything, I think she this was something that she was getting a lot of increased business type thing, or it gave her a lot more
Yeah.
power to be hanging out with me. So
You're kind of the big cheese, so
right.
yeah, if she's connecting with you in that way, it kind of shows that your priorities lean towards the bottling more so than like other aspects of
Right.
the winemaking.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's definitely a boon on her part, for sure. And yeah, she is the glassblowers. She is the guild mistress of the glassblowers and glaziers. So all the glass windows in all the in all the houses here, any repairs therein, all the bottling that's done by her and hers.
Yeah. So I have to make a mental note to write her a letter, or at least a little note, because I was not expecting that, but that was very nice.
I'll let you know that Jernaran tradition is typically if you're given a gift, the gift in kind is usually a response. But again, you could also take the measure that the gift you gave her already was the first gift, granting her the privilege of accompanying you.
Man, now I'm sounding like a noble, aren't I?
Mhm.
All right. All right. Yeah, I'll still do at least a note. So I'll do that eventually. So good. And then I'll just, check the rest of the place. Is there any major problems I need to know about or anything else?
Everything
All right.
good.
Cool. In that case, I guess I will head out and go to the next person, right?
Well, I was going to snap to, Dahave or Evangeline. I'm assuming you two are still a pair, but if you want to do individuality things, you can. You don't, Magpie, you do not have to do what Jijo says. You can do anything you...
What the fuck, John?
I'm just
That was
teasing.
so rude.
Obviously,
Evangeline-
do what Jijo says.
Evangeline,
John right now. Am I the drama?
as your advisor,
It's me.
I recommend, I advise. I mean, you might say I'm just telling you what to do, but it's kind of my job to advise. Maybe we need to have a council meeting this evening to put a couple of things to rest. Your force for protection was infiltrated by a changeling. And where's his victim? There's like a guard's corpse somewhere. Somebody probably needs to find that. And we probably need to get word to your Aunt Demira. Like ASAP.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Do you want me to call a scribe over?
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. We need a scribe.
Yep. Espen will send one over directly.
Is that the scribe?
This no, it's a little man. But Espen will send one
Does
over
he have a
directly.
really long neck? What's going on?
It's a,
He's a little guy.
he has a backpack and there's a standard on it. And at the top of the standard, there's
Oh.
a skull with like fire coming out of the top of it.
I
Nice.
thought that was his
Sounds
head,
cool.
and he just had Stretch Armstrong neck.
He has lightning claws.
Oh.
Anyway, sorry, it was in the way. But yeah, so you'll start writing or drafting a letter for delivery to Cowlet.
What's the fastest way we can get a message out?
Just a writer.
Okay.
Yeah, pigeons and ravens and all that nonsense is not really something that's done very often here. Due in part
So
to
unreliable.
wyverns, hippogriffs, other creatures kind of snatch birds like that out of the air. So,
Cool.
or just other like raptors, we'll just take them out too.
Okay.
So I guess we would make a call, right?
Yeah.
Or do you
Gather
want to?
people.
Or do you want to send out like
I
a
th-
messenger?
I feel like we would send out a call
Okay.
and just be like, Avengers assemble.
Turn on the bat signal.
We can meet
Like
at the
just a-
tower.
Meet at the tower at whatever time, which would give us time to write the letter and send that out.
Okay.
Okay.
Does anybody not agree to come to the tower? Good.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I guess she would kind of compose a letter. She would want to be delicate about like the whole hey, your brother's a fucking asshole. He's trying
Husband
to kill me.
Brother.
Brother. I feel like she would just be like, whoa.
Demir was the husband. Son of a bitch.
Okay, I knew it. I knew there was that.
No. It's okay. It's no longer the husband. That's fine. I know where that note is. That was a momentary. That the wires fused. Everything clicked back together where it was supposed to be. We are renaming that guy. That guy's new name is. Going for a name generator and hitting the button and looking for the coolest one. He is Ailnoth. That sounds evil.
Sorry, what?
Ailnoth. Ailnoth.
AILNOTH.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
His parents literally named him Elnoth. Okay.
And it might mean something in Kennelborn. I don't know.
It's literally
It means
they sneeze.
bad.
Actually,
Bad
They
and
sneeze.
evil.
Yep.
It means bad dog.
I forget. Do Kennelborns have a racial language? I didn't think they did.
Mm.
Yeah, they don't.
Their racial language is
They just speak
Woof,
common.
Fork.
Yeah,
They just-
okay.
I feel like they just have like body language in common.
Yeah, because their race is similar to tieflings in that they weren't really like a race that existed before like magical / supernatural like fuckery happened. The Kennelborn were kind of created via magic, which is why they're super popular in Jernaris, because there's a lot of magic in this region. So they were originally created as kind of like unfortunately kind of like a novelty like for magic users, similar to like Chimera or
Yikes.
yeah, well, again, it's fine. They own it though. Like they kind of came up out of that shit according to, the information I kind of wrote
You
up
gave
on.
us opposable thumbs and we used them.
And they also take like certain, things as kind of negative connotations. So like if you call them like oh, you're a cute little puppy. That's not a thing that's okay. It's not cool. Basically demoralizing them by
Big
treating them
yike.
like they're an animal.
Oh, it's such a sweet little flesh bag. So
Kettleborn will probably be more
cute.
passive aggressive, I assume, regarding that, but a lupine would rip your fucking face off.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm sure Roman would be like, no.
Oh.
Absolutely not. I am no one's pet.
I don't know. Don't you think you should be kind of straightforward? Her brother literally just tried to organize your murder.
And what if he intercepts the letter?
Maybe we should wait for the council to show up before we do this.
Like she's literally just like, but what if they deliver it? And he's like, oh no, I'll take it. I mean, we can tell them that it's only for her, but then that is also suspicious, right?
Do you think it should be an invitation to come to Gatney?
Yeah.
All right. Good idea.
Easier to control if it's here than in a letter.
You're so wise, Evangeline.
I should probably go change my shirt, right? There's a hole in this one.
Yeah, good idea.
I presume you would take time with attendants to kind of like
Loof my hair.
recollect yourself so you don't look as traveled.
Yeah.
And then during that time, Dahabe, you, with the assistance of the scribe, kind of form and draft this letter. And then you had sent out a message for everybody to come to the keep, right?
Yeah. Well, let's meet at the tower. And also, I check in on Millie to make sure she hasn't, died since I last checked in on her.
Yeah, if you kind of like, set the scribe to work and then head off
Kind
and
of
go
peek.
to the lore master, head on up
Good.
to
Okay.
the floor. She is awake. It does look like she's reading a book, and kind of like I said, she's basically she wants to finish reading the book she wanted to read instead of like reading the book she was tasked to read. So it's basically her kind of retirement plan is to just kind of do what she wants reading wise.
Okay, good. Not dead. Good. Bye.
What a mood.
It's very similar to like,
Right.
you're done with work and then you come like to your desk at home and you just get on a computer, even though you just spent like all your time at work on a computer. So it's like
Wow.
bad
But
screen's
it's a
gone.
different kind of
I'm
computer.
done looking at the bad
Bad
screen,
screens.
so I come home and I look at the
good
good
screen.
screen.
Yeah.
Called
Similarly,
out.
her
It's
life
like whenever.
her life is bad books and not good books.
What book
like
is she
when I-
reading?
She's
You have to
literally
give
just
me that
reading
detail.
trashy
It's
smut
a
novels.
romance novel, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. So the book that
Okay,
she
smut.
is
See.
currently reading, hold on a second here.
We have to give it a tie-in to something Golradier. Wait, who was the smutty?
No, not Golradier. Golradier.
Not Golradier.
That was.
Avran.
Yeah.
Shirtless Avran.
No, he's been disappeared for a year, so like there's really not
No,
much
but
that
there
could've-
wasn't there like a romance
There-
novel around there?
Yeah, there was the one that Anne Woods was reading.
Anne Woods,
And
Anne
she
Woods.
like looked up at Avran because on the cover of it had
Oh.
like a hot
the name of the
knight.
book that she is currently reading is titled
Are you auto-generating a book title?
Nope.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm going
okay.
back into my list of book titles that I have in my
Ah,
campaign setting.
Nice.
Okay.
The Tales of Iron Anne.
ooh,
Yeah, that sounds good.
And
yeah.
if you have history trained, you would immediately know that Iron Anne is a very famous pirate captain who basically did what the fuck she wanted. And
Yes.
Maybe a
So
queer
she like
romance
Millie
novel?
likes bad boys.
what'd you say, Magpie?
Can be a queer romance novel.
No, so she is absolutely like it's not like I don't mean to say no immediately. She's pansexual, so like there's probably elements therein.
So yes.
that
Queer.
Well, yeah, sorry, I'm just an ally. I'm not actually a part of the community. So like, I mean, I fuck it up all the time. She
You're
definitely
okay.
she's pan, so there's all of it in there.
Yay!
Also weird about Celeste's Japanese anime, apparently. Sorry, I don't know why my brain was like, I can't say sentences I want to say. This is embarrassing. But yeah, no, she fucks is the shorthand.
She fucks.
But she also
a novel.
she also kills, she also maims, she also takes what she wants. And Iron Ann is kind of like, she's an immortal queen of the seas. She took up a demon gauntlet and became an immortal kind of badass. And was followed around by a scribe who wrote the Tales of Iron Ann.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Anywho, yeah, so that's what she's reading. Looks like she's well into it. Probably not too much longer before she's done with it. And then, Summer and Morax. Is there anything that you two want to do before a meeting of the group is assembled?
Not immediately.
Okay. Summer?
Nothing of importance.
No housekeeping or anything you want to do? Okay. Cool. Then, yeah, I assume you convene for the evening?
Well, afternoon.
Yeah, I guess it would be afternoon then.
Because we got back into town at noon.
Yeah. But there was a couple of things that kind of happened. So yeah, it's probably like 4-ish. 2 or 3 or 4.
That's afternoon.
Yeah.
Is this a meeting of just our characters, or is this the meeting that was set up by the mayor?
It's not the meeting
Not
for the
this-
mayor.
That's tomorrow.
It's not the mayor meeting. Okay. All right.
Is there anybody else that's like technically on this town council that's not part of the player group?
That's up to you.
Or
You-
Magpie.
Magpie?
Sorry, I was staring at the kitty.
Buzzball.
Malin. Big potato boy.
I don't know. I feel like each person might have like an additional person that they could bring with
Could.
them,
Mm.
type of thing. Where like maybe like Morax would bring Rook, just so like he's aware of certain things, and then like if it was a meeting where it was just us, like he would be outside the door, type of thing.
That's a
So,
good
like, if-
idea. Yeah.
Yeah, like if
That's
it
fair.
so like if people have seconds that they would
Yeah.
want to be appraised of situations and be involved.
Summer just
Yeah.
brings her kids.
30
kids.
Bring him,
It-
Not that
bring
we
that's,
have
you
that.
72 kids to work day.
that's a good idea for a lot of reasons, because like if somebody like mentors another person, if they ever leave their job, you have somebody who's already familiar with the
Integrated.
meetings, you know what, and you're already familiar with them. So yeah, it's a great idea.
An intern.
Yeah, like an intern or
Yeah.
a mentor or something like that.
Like second
yeah,
type thing.
like bring your beholder to work day or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah.
That's Casey's life every day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that.
So,
So I would bring nobody with me this time. Like sometimes maybe I bring Adam but he doesn't really want to, he's not really necessarily my successor or anything. But anyways, but I would bring a new wine that we have. So I sometimes bring it for these guys just to try it out, try a bottle. So it's fun to drink when you're having a meeting. I mean, who doesn't? wanna
especially
do that?
after, a near-death experience
Yeah.
in the morning. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
I bring a new bottle of wine, a new stuff we came out with. So
We gotta taste test it.
Anybody
Yeah,
bringing
exactly.
anybody or anything else
Yeah.
to the meeting?
So Dahabe is like barely just like graduating from intern. So I think maybe part of like the greater picture will be to get a lore keeper intern for the future. Just gonna bookmark that idea.
I like it. That's really good. That's good. Mentoring is huge.
It'll be just Dahabe for now.
Yeah.
Okay. Morax, are you bringing anybody with you?
Yeah, as Magpie said, I would just
Bring
bring Ruck with me as he's my number 2 in town.
Okay. And before you arrive, I do have one plot beat for you. But moving to Summer, is there anybody you're bringing along with you, or anything that you're bringing with you?
I think I'll bring Dahlia with me.
Okay. And then Zach, is Casey bringing anybody along, or just Casey going?
I imagine they've brought Espen in the past, especially when note taking was necessary. But for this instance, they're working on getting the assembly
Organization.
meeting together. So I'd rather them working on that than coming to this and dealing, because
Absolutely.
they I imagine they don't offer a lot of input. It's more if we want like strict record keeping, like bring Espen along.
We
Yeah.
have a scribe on deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so with that being the case, I'll deal with the immediate plot point that I just want to cover. There is a notice kind of to the lieutenants and to you. This is typically done through a method that the watch is able to kind of activate a signal on your calling stones, just to kind of notify you that something is kind of happening. When you kind of coordinate with your lieutenants, you learn that there appears to be an issue at one of the barracks, specifically the barracks that you know Bill would have been in. When you arrive at the Watchman's Gate barracks to the north side, all the other guards are kind of standing around Bill's bed. And basically, the guards' barracks, just so you're aware, it's one room for like a number of people, typically a 5-person room, and each bed will have a locker or large chest at the foot of the bed. And they're asking you, who would have the kind of master key or skeleton key for these locks, if you have Bill's lock or if you have the means of opening this, because they are sensing there's a really nasty smell coming from the box.
Oh no.
Would I have this? Would I have the key to all the stuff?
Yeah, Morax would have the master key to the lockers.
Oh dear lord. I'll reach down, cover in my nose, unlock the thing, and toss it open.
So you're immediately surprised by the lack of blood that's present when you open it. The smell that you're getting is definitely kind of like the light decay of a body over the course of an evening. And also fecal matter that is present inside there with them. It looks like he was broken in a very horrifying manner and stuffed into the locker.
Poor Bill.
You see a couple of the guards who are part of this specific barracks kind of like panic, freak out. One of them, the younger of the 5-man group, kind of starts throwing up. And these are the guys that you had with you on the ride up the mountain. And then one of the other guys says, oh, holy shit.
Oh, dear lord.
His fucking kid. You see one of the other guys kind of shaking his head, say, don't worry about Bill's kid. I got it. They're good friends with my kids. It's okay. Just take her in with me. It's fine. And
all right, let's get a mortician in here to take care of all this.
Sorry to cut you off. The lieutenant that you had with you, the one who would be kind of over this specific detachment, whose name is right here in front of me. It's right here in my notes, and his name is. Why are my notes so bad? His name is right here. It is Brunner Fitzbrand.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. He says, "I'll take care of everything. Don't worry about it, Captain. I'll make sure all the arrangements are handled. We'll get everything nice and tidy here. Just we didn't have a means to open the locker, and after what had happened out there, we feared the worst.
Of course. You're a good man. We're gonna find who did this. We already know who.
They agree, and that kind of like knowing that fact, kind of a little bit of closure on that regard. But obviously a problem there, and you head off to the meeting with Rook. He definitely has kind of a concerned look on his face, and doesn't really say much unless you say anything to him on the way over. That being said, do you say anything?
I just tell him there was a changeling came in, clearly did all this, stole his identity, tried to kill the magistrate.
Yeah, Bruner had
It's
made me aware of what had happened while you were at the
it's
prison.
gonna be rough.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I can't hear you.
What?
All of a sudden,
Can you hear me?
I think it's me.
I can hear.
I
I
can.
can hear you.
Come on.
Hello.
There we go.
Can you hear? But can you hear me
Yay!
though?
I can hear you now.
So
My for some reason my computer
no,
just
only Magpie.
my computer just randomly muted itself, and I didn't see the little thing pop up. Like, why is there no sound?
he would ask, "Is this meeting have to do with that? Is that why we're
Yeah, this is about that.
okay?" Okay, yeah. So you all arrive, and as you're kind of gathering, Evangeline, you definitely notice that everybody in the group kind of has a look of trepidation, but the thing that you're noticing that's a bit strange, definitely outside of the usual, is you would be noticing that Rook is kind of looking at you. Seems to be paying attention to you a bit more than you're used to. You don't know why, but you're obviously overcautious at this point, and I would assume that that would be something you would notice. Okay, that's that. Meeting, do what you want in that.
You almost said meeting adjourned, didn't you?
I didn't.
Oh, my brain did it.
That means it's over.
I know. That's why I was like, that's not the right
My kind of meeting.
Hey.
Casey walks out.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming, everyone. We are done.
We didn't even open the bottle yet.
Okay.
I'm on it.
So she would pretty much just wait for everyone to get settled in. Maybe give Rook like a weird like glance, like why are you looking at me thing. And then
if you make a notice of it, you'll notice that there's an immediate kind of look from him that's like and then like I don't know what the Kennelborn equivalent to blushing would be, but that happens.
Ooh. Dabe, you better watch those two.
His nose
Wait,
just
how
gets
old is Rook?
shiny.
20 something, I think.
Okay.
His
Not
nose
too
just gets really shiny.
bad.
It's
Right.
nice and cold.
How
and
old is
wet.
Evangeline? I forget.
16.
Oh, very, very young.
So this is dark ages though, so that's
But wait.
normal.
Is that dog years? Because they're different.
Actually, he might be a bit. 21. He's 21.
Yeah, he wasn't that much older.
Okay.
So once everyone gets settled and she just kind of is like, that was weird anyway. She would just be like, okay. So Roman, he came with us, didn't he?
Yeah.
He escorted us back to the town.
Yeah,
Oh, that is right.
he volunteered to kind of act as a guard for you. He has been in and about the keep, but he's not I mean, he's not forcing himself upon you
No.
or anything. He's keeping the keep guarded. So if you want
Okay,
to call him to this meeting, you can, but he's not present unless you don't want his presence. Unless you do want his presence. I said the thing opposite of what I meant.
But my brain heard the right thing, so you're good.
Adjourned.
Oh my god. Dahabe would encourage Vanjie to invite him.
Yeah, I think she would have sent someone to extend an offer to join the meeting.
Then if he's there when that exchange happens, you do notice that he is now kind of watching Rook a bit differently, and it's like that like, you think you're good enough for my daughter kind of look.
I own a shotgun.
Is he sharpening his blade?
No, his nails. His nails.
Or just his fangs.
Just like picking his teeth. Okay, so with everyone assembled, she would kind of sit down and just be like, okay, so there's a lot going on here. I feel, and then she would glance over at Dahabe, we feel that it would be prudent to involve or at least notify Demira Idhelm that her brother is involved in everything that's been going on for the past decade.
Roman kind of raises his hand for a second, kind of like almost in an attempt to kind of stop you for a second. And then he looks over to Morax. We are aware that there are potential elements in this town that could provide ears where they're not wanted. As much as I understand your levels of trust in the group as arranged, I would highly advise us developing a method to avoid potential incursions into this meeting.
Evangeline would look to Dahabe and then Summer, and if they knew of any magic shenanigans.
I'm only level 4. Okay.
We're just babies.
Could there be like a scroll of silence somewhere tucked in the
I feel like
in the
that
tower? Would there be
Uh,
like a scroll of silence or something that we could pull out?
I don't think that would work because then if we cast it and got in there, nobody would be able to hear each other unless we know sign language.
It'd be better for like
that's dumb. Why did I say that?
like a true
No, it was a great.
zone of
I got what you're
truth or
thinking.
something.
Or a
Well,
there's a spell, right? That does a thing.
Does
Would it-
Liamon's tiny hut let sound out?
would
Oh, good question. Good
No.
question.
I forget. I
I
don't
don't
know.
think so. But at the same time, how do we know if we're all actually us?
I know how we know. I'm not going to
I
say
do
it,
too.
but we came up with a safe word. I
We
don't think
sure
we should
did.
even use it since we have Roman here for one, who doesn't know the safe word.
Wait, did we come up with a safe word?
Well,
We
how
did.
do we
Yeah,
know
wild
that
character.
we were?
It's elderberry.
Yeah.
I didn't say that in character, but out of character, it's elderberry. I have it written down in my notes.
Me
Like
too.
2
It's literally
stars.
in the middle of a whole ass page.
It's not 1 star. It's 2
Big
stars.
caps.
Yeah,
Elderberry.
like your mother,
That's just your face.
your father smells of elderberry. Yeah,
Nice.
elderberry. You got it. So, but we can't really use that right now because, like I said, we have people in
Would
here that
it-
aren't in the group.
I feel like it would make sense for there to be a room somewhere that is permanently protected against stuff like that. Like it would probably be in the keep if that's where they normally meet.
Mm.
Okay.
We know anyone
Like
in
a
the town
stateroom or something.
good at magic who could like
make a spell like what
Oh, Millie.
What about
Okay.
yeah. What
Well,
about like telepathy
Millie's
where we
upstairs.
can
Wait,
Like,
wait.
hey,
speak to
Millie,
each
put
other's
down the
heads?
smudge.
Well,
Wait.
apologies.
Oh,
Actually, if I remember correctly, you're not in the keep. You're actually in the
tower.
Yeah, we're in
Yeah.
the tower, which is
So
So
why I was
Millie's
like,
right
that-
upstairs.
And there's a bunch of rooms in this space that you haven't actually declared what they do, so you could already have that space.
Ooh.
Oh, well, okay. So there is Mordenkainen's private sanctum. Wait, can that be a thing?
Yeah.
That we can just have a space that's like has
Soundproof?
Mordenkainen's private sanctum on it like all the time?
Sure. A permanency, that's fine. Millie was pretty powerful as a spellcaster in her youth.
Awesome.
Cool. Oh, that's a great point. Lord, wait, is it Lord Romand? No.
Roman. And he technically is a knight, so Lord is fine.
Okay. There is a sanctum only a couple of floors above where we may take our refreshment and discuss.
Okay.
Dahabe leads everybody up
He-
the
he-
elevator or the stairs or whatever.
He kind of,
Escalator.
not exactly what I was meaning, but a good option to be sure. He kind of looks to Rook, and then kind of looks to the others and says, "There's no way for us to guarantee that everyone present is who they say they are."
That's
I
what
agree.
I'm saying.
I agree. Maybe
I'm
we
sorry.
should.
I didn't hear Elizabeth say that. Did Elizabeth say that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
We're-
said,
Okay.
how do we know that we're all
Then backtrack to that.
us?
Focus on that.
Yeah. But
So
I'll tell you what, guys. If we
That's
out
where the
our
safe word-
here, he could be Dusk and he's gonna know it, or
if
Rook
you-
could be Dusk and he's gonna know it.
Do you bring up that you have a safe word and not the safe word that's stated?
I don't know. Do we? That's not my place to do that. I was just thinking of the idea.
It could
like,
be your place.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, I guess I could say it. Yeah, Mikhail would be like, we have thought of a safe word, but unfortunately, not everybody here was included in that safe word. I guess
He looks to Moirax and says, "You know that's insufficient."
Now, haven't you
For-
came into town just what yesterday with the abbess?
He pulls out a
And-
knife, places it to his hand, and tears it across his palm, and
That's what I was.
starts dripping blood onto the ground. And as
That's what
he's
I was
doing so,
thinking.
you watch as like it seems to be red in coloration and not the kind of pale, weird SpaghettiOs colored blood that doppelgangers and changelings bleed.
Oh god.
And he says,
That
Okay.
was going to be my suggestion, actually.
he says, absolutely something that can be done, but as you can see, he looks at his hand, which is now kind of quite wounded. It will provide a problem upon multiple issues. We should probably find a technique that isn't so.
Drastic.
That's a fair word, Summer. Yes.
I
You want a
thi-
good
well,
berry?
Yeah.
Sure. He'll accept one.
Yeah.
All right, so
hands it over.
clearly he's who he says he is.
Oh,
Not a changeling or a shapeshifter or
which was
whatever.
who? Romand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
because
And then
Bye.
we all
he's
turn
not
and look
bleeding
at
white.
Rook. Which, I mean, she's probably like, whatever.
He says, I mean, I will do that if that is what you command of me, milady.
Command it, command it, command it.
why don't we all
I mean,
go
maybe
up?
you
Lead
don't
for
have
me,
to be
peasant.
quite. Oh my god.
Do you command it?
Yes, but please don't cut your hand off. Like,
He
calm
pulls it
down
out
just a little
and
bit.
kind of draws his utility knife against the tip of his thumb, and then kind of drops some blood onto the ground as well. And you can see
Okay.
Roman kind of like nodding, kind of in approval.
Okay.
Can we
Good job.
Can we say that we have moved all of this already to the
Secret room, yeah.
private sanctum? Okay. And we're doing that. You're getting blood all over the private sanctum. Be careful.
It just press the digitation.
Oh. I don't have that spell.
I
What kind of
Wait, I think I do have
spellcaster
it
are you?
actually. Wait, do I have it?
I do.
just
I
remember
do
that
have
I
it.
am also a
I do have it. So
spellcaster.
instead of being a total bitch about it, the Habe will just kind of
Yeah.
go bling, 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 and clean it up.
Roman says it is an interesting enough technique, but I would suggest a means of us being more
Proactive.
no, more identifiable by something that we within this space agree upon, that is not something that is thought about. As I'm sure you're aware, Morax, doppelgangers.
Yeah, a couple days ago, I thought came up with just a secret code word, but as we've all realized, and you just pointed out, that's not going to cover it.
No. I think an object that we all have, and that matches with an object here, and cannot be easily duplicated.
Like friendship bracelet.
What's inside of the sanctum?
Well,
hold
I was
on.
thinking.
I can give you options.
Okay.
Let's see.
I don't think an object will work very well because of the fact that somebody could kill us and take the object. Also, though, I believe if a doppelganger kills somebody, they get some of their memories. So actually, a code word. Am I right on that? I mean, that's just like lore for, you know, and I don't know if that's really, is that true? Would I think that?
I don't know. Would you? Do you have Arcana trained?
I mean, I have trained almost everything, but let's see. I'll check. But that's what I'm thinking as a player. I don't know if my character would think that. I'll roll Arcana, see what I got. I rolled it.
Well,
I have it trained.
As a player, I will let you know that you are misinformed. They just have the ability to detect thoughts.
They can just read surface
They don't need to
level
kill
thoughts.
you.
Okay. But like that wouldn't necessarily be a surface thought. I don't think. I would think that would be something you'd stick.
If you're trying to verify that the person is who they say they are,
yeah,
and you're thinking
It could just be like an
you're
accessory that you put on in the morning, sort of thing, like
like
a
earrings.
scarf.
Well, I would say that it would need to be an item that is a part of another item that is left here in the sanctum.
So like a key.
No. Again, what room are we in?
The sanctum. Oh, how about the one with the yellow thing in the center?
That's with the bed in it?
Oh,
no,
this one
the
here.
one with the 4 beds, 5 beds.
Roman.
The one with
that one.
Let me point to it.
Yep.
This one.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, with the beds?
Okay, that's kind of weird.
That is
Never mind.
Cool.
Okay, yeah.
The one
So-
with the
With the-
astrology.
Wait, we
Yeah,
have
with the
slumber
astronomy
parties.
thing.
Don't judge us.
Okay. So
We're tight.
if that's the room, Roman immediately
Okay.
walks over to the desk, grabs a piece of paper, looks at it, and holds it up to Dabe. Is this important?
It's like Dahabe just it's like Dahabe just practicing her signature. No.
With a
not
different last
important.
name.
Rips it in
With a different
half,
last name.
rips it in half cleanly, and then matches the pages together. This cannot be duplicated. This cannot be counterfeited. These two pieces are mates. They cannot be obscured. He sets the one piece torn in half to the ground, and then takes the quill off of the thing and writes Romand on the top of it. When I return, he holds up his piece of the paper. My token will match to that.
Okay.
You are so smart, Roman.
I disagree. I don't think that's the greatest way because somebody could just kill him, take that paper, and then they'd have it. It'd be a doppelganger.
But how would they
But
know,
they know
to
what it
bring
is.
it?
Maybe
wouldn't
they
know what
read
it
his
is.
thoughts, interrogate him. Who
All right.
knows? I'm just saying. I don't know if that's really the.
I gotta
most
say, I think I
secure.
agree
think
with him.
we're overthinking.
I think we need
this a little
MFA.
bit.
It's called multi-factor authorization. It's something that hasn't even been invented yet, but it will be in thousands of years.
I will send your calling stone.
Yes, exactly. They'll send us a code. We have to put that code in.
Joking aside,
Yeah,
that's
joking aside.
not a
yeah.
bad. That's not a bad idea.
I mean, I'm just saying. I don't think this is really
Okay,
any
so-
better than a code word.
So if we have multiple,
Right.
there's less of a chance that they're gonna realize that, oh, these 3 random objects are what I need to prove that I'm this person. Like they
Yeah.
might get the memories of 1 or 2 of them, but like if
Hear me out. What if we each have make our own objects, but and as Roman is suggesting, we have it be something that's broken that will fit together with something else that we keep in here, but not reveal it to the others because say this dusk just kills one of us. If he wants to disguise, if he wants a real good disguise, then he's going to take everything that we're wearing.
Roman's kind of
and take the whole pack.
problem. For you to verify you are who you are, your item has to be revealed to me. So I must know who you are by your revelation. You verifying it to yourself is of no importance. If
we verify it by we leave things behind in this room, we ourselves know where it is, and it fits together with whatever we have on our person. We come up here, take the object out, go to the room, and put the things together.
It has to be done before a person who is verifying it. Otherwise, what's the point? You're just coming in here, you could say whatever and hide your item away. If it's only your knowledge, that entails the same problem. The verification purpose is as such. If I enter into the space and place my piece of paper against this other piece of paper and it matches, I obviously have in some way gained access to this key, this connection. But you're not wrong. What if I am butchered by a doppelganger, replaced with one, and they come into this space and do have my thoughts?
I have a question.
Hmm.
So do we know for a fact, based on our knowledge of the arcane or doppelgangers in general or changelings in general, that they can steal our thoughts?
Make an Arcana check.
I got
Okay.
a 16 on one.
Yeah, back in the day.
Back.
I got a 21.
Ooh,
a
very
20. It's a
good.
20.
Very good. Very good.
Wait, you rolled one? Kevin, win.
Yeah. Don't you see it?
Earlier.
It says Arcana.
16.
Oh, I don't-
I rolled it when we were talking about
Apologies.
whether or not I would know it.
I
That's okay. Don't worry about
You
it.
were probably looking at your crazy notes, John.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who can understand those?
also don't remember asking for it.
I think he did
True,
ask. He
true.
goes, "Are
You
you
literally
trained in
said
Arcana?"
you-
Oh,
Yeah.
I did. It took you a while to find out whether you were. That's what.
Yeah.
That's why the stopgap was there.
Oh.
Okay. Sorry for being
All
a
right,
jerk
all
just then.
Mine was better anyway.
Yeah, yours
Um,
is much better. You're the smart person. Yours should be better.
So
Mine's
you would know the
better.
base traits of a doppelganger over a changeling with a 16. Changelings change their bodies. They don't change the outfits that they're wearing. So they need to have the clothing of the other person. So just to make sure that Bill's corpse revelation is even more disturbing, yeah, he was completely undressed.
Oh.
Reverting
Poor
back
guy.
to reverting back to the discussion regarding
Poor Bill.
doppelganger.
Right?
They can read thoughts, so they can magically detect the surface thoughts of any creature within 60 feet of it. There's no save, there's no detection,
Right.
there's nothing. And while they're reading your mind, they can basically use your knowledge against you. The only ways to block it are a 3-foot barrier of wood or dirt, 2-foot barrier of stone, 2 inches of metal, or a thin sheet of lead.
So, barring that, all of us wearing like Magneto helmets.
Magneto helmet wouldn't work because the face opening. So it would have to be a complete bubble of lead. To be
like, how do you see on this blast shield? Use the Force. No, I got a question though. Being that Dabe knows all about magic and so does Summer and everything, is there some sort of magical way we could determine if somebody is not who they say they
Zone
are?
of truth.
And that's
I can tell you right off the bat.
Yeah, maybe that's what we put in this room. Every time we come in here, we say who we are.
So,
but they can still pass that.
That's a
They
great.
can circumvent it.
The zone of truth.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's like if I say, "Are you a doppelganger?" and there's a save.
There's a
save to it.
Wait, is there a save?
There is.
So okay, all right.
Oh,
Basically, what we've determined is that there are ways to potentially determine that we're not doppelgangers, but there's no foolproof way, because at some point, if you're dead and he's stolen all your shit and he knows what to do to get in here, we're fucked anyway, right? I'm not actually speaking like this in character. But
I can prove that I'm not a doppelganger
Yeah.
at any given time without having to do anything special.
Which is what?
I speak into Evangeline's head.
Oh, right.
Just like this.
He's telepathic.
Roman.
But if
Go ahead.
But would a Dahabe know that a doppelganger would be able to copy that ability?
So it's an interesting thought experiment whether or not a doppelganger has psychic abilities or not, but they are innately psionic because of their read thoughts, mental kind of ability.
But it would be able to, like, if a doppelganger is taking the body of...
They don't take the body. They're not body snatchers.
Okay.
They're copycats.
They're copying the body.
But they don't have...
Are they copying the brain?
No.
Oh my god. Okay. Okay, wait. Okay. Magpie, you're right. But I think a good first step is to go with your dad's concept.
Yeah.
Summer, can I ask you a favor?
Muted.
You're muted.
Of course.
Can you start preparing Zone of Truth in the mornings? Do you have that level?
Don't think I can.
Roman,
aren't you a priest?
Yeah.
Oh, you're a fucking druid. Never mind.
Yeah.
Hold on, maybe. No, I'm
I
level
think-
1.
Roman kind of still? No way.
Am I?
Shouldn't be.
I don't know.
Roman kind of has this moment where he kind of like feel like we're really close to a breakthrough here. Morax, you were saying that you could prove that you're not a doppelganger by performing something that you felt that only you could do, but you then decided that they might be able to do it as well. Is that right?
Oh, I'm level 3.
To be frank, I don't entirely know if the doppelgangers can
And the
talk in your head.
The problem with our current method of verification is that if the thing that we were going to do to verify someone was just putting items together, that could be replicated. There are individuals present among us who have capabilities that probably can't be duplicated.
True.
You probably have a capability that can't be duplicated. He kind of walks over to you and kind of gives you a scratch under your chin. I don't think a doppelganger can breathe like you can.
I suppose that's true.
Walks over to Evangeline. You could smell certain things. Your mom could.
Yeah.
And if you couldn't smell certain things that were present here, even if you wanted to, then you would be called out, would you not? Looks over to Dahabe. You're a skald. Fairy, even. There's some magic you can perform that a doppelganger probably couldn't muster, right?
Yeah.
Some are a priestess of life.
Dream.
Okay, so we know that a doppelganger does not gain all of the abilities.
Right.
Oh, okay, cool. So Step 1 of verification, we all take a piece of paper that matches the torn paper from here. Step 2, each of us has unique abilities that a doppelganger could not copy.
We just need to set the keys. So for Dahabe, obviously, it'd be casting some sort of cantrip or minor orison or whatever the spells are called for you. What do you think you should do?
Message.
Now, remember, the same problem persists to Moirax. It would be very hard for a recipient to determine whether or not that's psionic powers that are happening or just a magic spell. You're just talking to someone's head.
You have like any type of
Well,
flare
you
or such a spell?
hear the message.
Yeah, same's true of
Yeah.
mind fuckery.
Okay. Well,
What are
then
your cantrips?
prestidigitation then.
Do you have it?
Yeah, I have it.
Okay, great. So what trick
Yeah.
do you decide?
So it'll be well, it would actually
Yo,
start
you
a
could
chain.
create a smell,
a
and if-
smell. Yeah.
and I could smell it.
So it'll be like the smell of what's a really smelly flower that smells really good? Lavender?
Jasmine.
Jasmine. Okay, so it'll be like this waft of jasmine. And so now we know what are you doing?
Roman kind of points his hand up in the air and says, I don't have any magic powers. I don't really have anything that's going to key off of that. Looks to Evangeline and says, as much as I love cutting my hand open, he looks to Evangeline and he says, think of a smell that only I would know of importance to you. Something from your childhood. Something that really brought you joy. Don't tell me what it is. Don't tell me at all. I'm not going to think about it beyond this point. It will be a deep thought. When you come into this space, and you come into this space, and I come into this space, Dahabe will make the smell. You will smell the smell. And then you will tell me to answer the question.
Okay.
What was it that brought you joy when you were a child? What smell? And I will recall it.
Out of character. Can we just pick one right now?
Yeah, if you want to.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that
don't
might
tell
be-
me.
Can it be roast ham?
No, it's fine. Yeah.
Ooh, that sounds delicious.
Does-
That's
Evangeline with the ham.
cute. Magpie's face is like roast ham. What the fuck?
I
Roast
want,
beast.
I feel
I want baked goods.
Yeah.
no.
Oh, baked goods.
So
Rum ham.
I feel like things were always good, like right when he got back from going on adventures, because like he'd gotten out his anger, energy, and stuff. So like, would he smell like horses?
Yeah.
Like, did he
God
have a
damn it.
horse? Yeah. So like horses and smelly people. They're just like
Dahabe's
vaguely
like,
wet dog.
ah. Okay.
And he-
Horses and wet dog.
He would be
Well,
aware of
kinda
that.
like leather and whatnot.
Yeah,
The
he's
smell is gonna be a combination of horse shit, wet dog.
not horse
and-
shit. Horses.
and
Come on,
leather.
horses don't always smell like shit.
Horses.
Jesus.
I don't know
They
what
smell
horses
like
smell
grass.
Why are you so
and-
anti-horse? You think
like. They
really
they're-
are.
They're scary.
Hey.
they're
They're
scary?
not
Yeah.
scary.
They are
I
so
mean,
scary.
they're like half a ton.
They
are
can
Yeah,
kill you
they're
like
big.
Wait.
that.
They're
Wait.
so sweet.
You live in Texas.
Yeah, in the
In
city.
Houston.
Yeah.
Fair.
By the way, a great way. Anyway, I'm done. I'm done talking about horses.
Okay.
Not
well,
poop.
okay, we'll do like
They
Not poop.
they live
Leather
in
oil.
they
Smells
don't
like
live
horse, smells
in
like leather.
Dallas or
Yeah.
Fort Worth.
We're back to
That is
horses.
like a yeah.
Yeah.
So it smells like horse. It smells like wet dog. I'm keeping wet dog.
and like
And-
leather. and
Why
leather
wet
oil.
dog?
Somebody said wet
Because
dog,
he's kennel
I
and I'm
did.
keeping it.
Because he would smell vaguely like a dog that's been running around outside and got.
This is
Listen.
Fucking-
this is a
That's
lot.
gonna be
got
the smell.
sprayed by a skunk, and then you have
No.
to soak them in
No.
I'm not.
tomato juice. It's just horrible.
No.
Horrible.
I'm not happy with it.
Yeah.
But whatever. That's fine. Okay.
I
Cool.
wanted
It's a lot.
lavender field.
Casey, what would you do
Anyway.
to kind of prove that you're Casey and not a doppelganger?
some ninja stuff.
Doppelgangers should probably do ninja stuff.
There's a lot of things I suppose I could do. Have the same abilities as Dahabe. Makes the same smell.
Oh, you
I've
do.
also got the bird. Like he pops an owl out of an extra dimensional space.
Oh, that would be perfect then. They'd have to
Aw.
have that.
Perfect.
Perfect.
The owl. Morax. The breath.
Obviously, I could
The
just
breath. That's a
breathe
good one.
breathe a bit. Y'all know what that looks like.
Mikhail.
Okay, this is an interesting one because a lot of my skill with the dagger is the same sort of skill Dusk probably has because,
He's murderer.
yeah.
Or
But
they're a murderer.
I was just going to say, for the sake of making things easy, maybe there's something that I do really well, like some sort of flip of the dagger that not many people can do. So probably we're assuming Dusk doesn't know it. You know what I mean? Like one of these things like, wow. Like he could try to fake do it, but he's not even going to know what it is unless he so that's my thing. I know it's not the best, but, or the other option I thought of was maybe I know some making wine procedures, something that the common person does not know, like real deep dive shit, like tannins or something.
Well, knowledge is if you're thinking of it as a keyword, that's the issue. The reason why Roman is kind of assuaging that is he is leaving it to a question from Evangeline about something that is not something that is agreed upon. We haven't agreed upon an answer. So it's kind of like a reverse code.
That would be perfect. I could have Evangeline ask me a question about the vineyard or whatever. And she could be like, what was that wine you brought 6 events ago that I really liked? And so only I would know that. And then you could just ask me another question, like, what remember when you took me on that tour? What is in that room way down in the basement that I thought was really crazy? I don't know. I'm just making shit up, but something like that, right?
Yeah, so some deeper memory, but the thing is I don't think your bond with Evangeline is going to be the same as Roman's. Roman and Evangeline lived in the same house. So your parents you probably know a bit better than most folks probably do. They raised you. Your children likewise probably know you a bit better than
that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
It's a bit different. So
yeah, it's different.
Yeah. I would say that a code word kind of activation for you would be a bit more difficult to kind of key in there. So then I think
you won't go for dagger flippage.
No,
I like that.
not.
I don't know. I can't canvas the rest of the people in here. I'm just looking for some help. Yeah, because I thought it was tough.
Wait,
for
what's
me.
your class, Kevin? Is
I'm
rogue?
a friggin' rogue. So Dusk is a rogue.
What's your race?
Kind of rogue.
Well, my race is
Janarin.
is awesome. No, it's Janarin. Yeah.
Janarin
Did you have
what,
magic?
human?
As
Janarin
a
have innate
Janarin?
magic.
What?
Don't you have innate magic as a Janarin? Can't you just do magic shit?
Nobody told me I had innate magic. I don't
You're
Did
know.
you not
Janarin.
read what Janarin do?
What?
Didn't you
I
pick
read it. I
Janarin as a
forgot.
race? Why is it not on your
Yeah.
character sheet,
Hold on a
Kevin?
second.
Oh
second.
my
So I
gosh,
checked my
Kevin.
character sheet and I didn't have anything on here. But of course I put the character sheet together, so it's only shit that's on there that I put on
So
there.
Janarins are natural transmuters. You know prestidigitation cantrip. At 3rd level,
Yeah.
you can cast Long Strider. At 5th level, you can cast Enhance
All right.
Ability.
I am going to say I'm sorry right now, guys. I didn't know my character. This is John's big pet peeve. He's like, the
It's
one thing I hate
okay.
about people is when they don't know their characters.
I'll expose myself next.
No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, all right, that's cool.
Phrasing.
Prestidigitation. That gets me out real easy. Prestidigitation.
My.
I'm
Not
so
for
sorry.
Switch. Go ahead, Kevin. Sorry.
I'm gonna prestidigitate something that has to do with wine. So I'll make a cork appear. It'll be wine related. So
Okay.
so
So
that's what I'm.
So it's kind of a part of what you were talking about code wise.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Evangeline would know it, and others would know
Yeah.
it because of the smell that kind of it indentures, the memory it indentures. But at the same time, you're able to create the smell, not just say what it is.
Yeah. See,
Good.
now we're doing MFAs, and
You should definitely write down exactly what your code is, because again,
Oh,
and what other people's codes are, because again, I
Right.
will be testing you.
Right.
I mean, I might be testing you right now.
Ah!
Rook says, well, since I'm involved in this and deeply so, I don't really have much in the way of powers, and not very many connections with everyone here. I think me just knowing about the codes is a problem. If I'm the one who's caught out. But I suppose uh
That's exactly what happens. Is Casey just bursts out laughing at this poor individual who has no idea what to do right now.
I would say
just like cuts through this awkward silence with Casey bursting out in laughter.
Imagine the saddest dog face, but also like superimpose Brent's face on it in a saddened state. Like I want those two faces. Like I just want that
Oh no.
to be what you're visualizing. Like a very sad young dog boy.
No bully.
And
Bubba.
he says, I don't mind cutting my thumb.
Okay.
I can always give you a good berry after.
Okay. Yeah, that'll work for me.
They're really yummy. Handsome one. Because there's like 9 of them.
He eats
Yeah,
it.
at the end of the day, if we ever need to verify anyone that we haven't communicated with, we can't always just
Cut him up.
Do a
Robinson.
slit a thumb or something like
A little
that.
bit.
Just make sure just a bit of blood comes out.
A little blood as a treat.
Yeah, that should work. There's also means that allow you to kind of identify a shape changer. I know that some of my old companions had means of doing so, but I don't know them. I'm not an arcanist or a priest or a wilder. Or
As
anything.
an arcanist, would I know what that things are?
Polymorph cast on a shape changer just doesn't work. So you would know that that's an indicator. It's a high level way to get around it, but yeah.
Oh, what is it? Polymorph?
Because shape changers can't be shape changed.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are a lot of spells that shape changers are immune to, so look for that. And then if you can cast those on it, that'd be great.
Wait, Vanjie, what was your key?
So you would make the smell of horses, leather and leather oil, and I guess wet dog.
But how would you prove yourself to others, though, if I'm not around?
So I would ask Roman what made me happy when I was little, and then he would identify the smell.
What if neither of us are around?
Casey can cast Prestidigitation. Mikhail can cast Prestidigitation. They can be given the smell.
Well, that's how the others are proving themselves. But what about Evangeline? What if Evangeline is...
So you can make it so it's not like a smell that's like broadcast. It's a smell that has to be smelled by fine noses. She has a very keen sense of smell.
Okay, the sense of smell is the key.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like if you're like poof and I'm just standing there like, what? Kill me.
Okay.
But yeah, Mikhail can cast Prestidigitation. Dahabe can cast Prestidigitation.
What was the smell that he was gonna make again?
Mikhail's a wine.
Wine. And then what was my identify? Like, what was I supposed to? Was I supposed, or am I only responding to Dahabe's?
No, you can respond to Dahabe's, Mikhail's, and Casey's. You can make them Prestidigitation specific smells for each of them. Or the same smell for all three.
Okay. Okay, so if you guys just create a smell and I can identify that smell, we're good.
He's such a spoiled brat.
I love it.
Okay, so Mikhail is wine.
steal
If
him.
Casey had to do a smell, what would it be?
He just saw himself on the screen.
It could be anything, maybe like grape or the smell of grapes, or maybe like the smell of cork. You have a good sense of smell,
cork
right?
would be
so
good.
cork isn't something everybody could. I mean, not as
It has a
clear
very
as you.
distinct
Yeah.
smell, but it's very light.
Subtle.
So it's something that
Right. It would be
only
perfect
she'd
for
be
you
able to-
because
Okay.
most people would have a hard time getting it. I would. I mean, that's not
Yeah.
probably not true. I could smell a cork if I.
Well, the
took
main
it.
thing is you want to
Up
have
your nose.
Yeah.
with Roman, there were a couple of
Yeah.
smells that were present.
Yeah. True. I could
Yeah.
have like the hint of wine on it too, or something.
Right.
Ooh, or like a wine barrel.
Yeah.
Because Roman can potentially smell it as
Yeah.
well. It's just not as keen as an upturned scent. Lupine are a little more dense in that department.
Yeah.
They're a
All
little
right.
bit
And
more-
then if Casey would need to make a smell, what would it be, or would you just?
I don't
Casey
know.
doesn't have a sense of smell, so Casey would likely struggle to recreate a sense of smell. I
Okay.
That
imagine.
makes sense.
So it'd be like an odorless thing, whatever.
Or it
you
would
make.
just smell like it's kind of like when an AI tries
Stale.
to generate an image.
Right. Like
It's kinda
imagine-
weird.
Yeah.
I imagine they could pull off pleasant or funk via like trying
But, like,
multiple
faint.
times, but like
Yeah.
being able to match a scent specifically would be difficult.
That's easy then. So Casey is going to produce the scent via spellcraft, and it's just a 1 or a 2. It's either
Yeah.
good or bad, and Casey will know. Like, so you'll be able to
Yeah.
smell if it's a good smell or a bad smell, and Casey will know which one they generated. So that'll be the verification.
Okay.
Mm.
Right. But I imagine that's like general sweet fruitness and possible flower smell versus like general funk, icky
Sour.
mucus
Ugh.
funk.
Mucus.
Yeah,
Mucus.
it's got like a humidity to the air of the scent.
Oh,
Thickness
agree
to it.
why did you go
Um,
there, Zach?
that
Why did
Just,
you?
Casey-
just like
Mucus.
just like it kind of
Fruit.
smelled when you opened up that chest.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh,
Oh.
decomposition.
No.
Oh, it's so gross.
Bill.
What did we say that Casey would do to prove that it's them?
He has an owl in his pocket.
You can-
Ah.
you can-
Extra dimensional space, yeah.
They've got
find
an owl.
familiar.
yeah, they've got an, or they can also do the prestidigitation, which again is a
Right.
spell casting capability that.
Yeah, we could also like put a blindfold over them and like hold something. Like, what am
Yeah,
I
they also
holding?
have blind sight.
Oh, that's something not
You could
everybody has.
literally like put up however many fingers behind your back and they could tell you because they have blind sight. Like
And multiple tests is probably better for you. Just again,
Yeah.
remember to take good notes, because I will definitely abhor if you put someone to a test and then they just tell you, hey, this is what you have to say in response. I'm more or less trying to get you folks to write down these things so that when a quick test is required, you'll have to kind of immediately do it without saying, what was your thing again? Because pay attention. Okay.
God damn it! Pay attention.
Anywho, after all that's kind of said and done, the course of the meeting is then kind of put to the table, whatever you folks were wanting to discuss. Roman seems more satisfied with security and raising your hand.
Yeah.
Yes, you back there in the back?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what am I gonna do?
Oh, good
Oh.
point. Do you have Druidcraft? Do you have
I was like, you're a
Druidcraft,
druid,
Ralph?
you gotta have a spell.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do?
Do you have Druidcraft?
I do.
I
Then
mean,
you
she
could
can
do
make
something-
good berries.
You could
like
change the
Um,
weather and
yeah,
stuff.
if
Make
you're
it rain
able
good
to
berries.
just like
Can't change the weather.
No,
I
but
thought you
if-
could in a
if you-
space.
no, you can predict the weather.
Predict the
Yeah.
weather. Okay, that's
But-
different.
but
but
that
if-
takes a while to
it's
figure out
literally
if
like,
I'm
hey
right
guys,
or
it's
I'm
raining
wrong.
outside.
Yeah, but summoning the
right.
sphere itself.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter if you're right or wrong. It just like having the magical sphere of weather show up.
Yeah, you're
That's
right.
either sunny or cloudy or rainy or snowy is a proof in and of itself. Like
yeah,
you just
I agree.
showing the magic casting of
Yeah.
the sphere
Well,
of weather
That's
is.
true.
I mean, that would be a good general, and then also you can do odors with Druidcraft.
You cannot.
Can
Yeah.
you?
You can, yes.
Like
Yep.
It's a
skunk.
sensory effect.
Somebody has to do skunk at the beginning of a
So
meeting.
for prediction of rain, you
No,
could do like
Eventually, we'll kick you all out. That would
Yes.
destroy her nose.
the smell of petrichor. You could do as like the call for rain or something.
Ah.
It's a sensory effect. It can be visual, but it could also be smell.
Oh, okay. That's fair. I also forgot that druids have wild companions,
Do they?
and I could summon an emu.
No.
Great way to start a meeting.
Oh my god. Leave me the email.
Can't Druidcraft also just like make plants grow or something?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
make a flower grow.
Yeah, so you can just be like,
Yeah.
oh hey, here's a little tiny like flower bud.
Well, the only problem
Big
with
flowers.
wild companion is it uses one of your wild shape. It's like an actual expenditure. Cantrips are free.
I don't use wild shape.
You should. It's really
I
good.
don't know how.
You turn into an animal. Wait. What circle are you again?
Elizabeth.
Three?
Dream.
I think you get special wild shape with that anyway.
Do I?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know. It was so vague.
Dreams. What do they do?
Bomb of the Summer
I dream
Court.
about stuff.
Is that 5e, like regular 5e?
Yeah.
It was Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, why are we airing our dirty laundry on the video?
No.
Bomb
I'm
of
just
Sorry.
kidding.
This is my first time playing a druid. Don't bully me.
Yeah, they don't have a special wild
Druids
shape.
are hard sometimes
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
learn.
They just get Bomb of the Summer Court, which is really cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah.
But Druidcraft is pretty handy for proving your identity.
That would work.
That's true.
Oh.
Also, her
Can't you
recipe
make
for
good
good
berries?
berries.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but the thing is if you have good berries on your person, they could probably fake it
yeah.
and be like, "Oh, look, I have good berries."
Like sleight of
But
hand
do
stuff.
they have the granola recipe?
Can your good berries just be granola from now on?
Yeah, granola berries.
Problem is,
Instead of
The granola
like instead of
clusters.
good berries, it's just
they would have that
Hallucinate.
recipe
Granola.
if it was your corpse they pulled the good berries off of. So I just,
just granola.
but yeah,
Sorry.
yeah.
Mm.
I mean, you could. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you.
I mean,
you
but doesn't
stumped-
Goodberry expend spell
Broke
slot?
Sean.
Yeah, but
It would.
yeah, that's true. It does.
Yeah, keep your spell slots.
Druidcraft would definitely like just like growing some flowers
Yeah.
or whatnot would definitely
Yeah.
be the
I mean,
easiest.
I also have minor illusion and mending.
The main thing is there's a couple ways you can kind of verify it, and with Druidcraft there's a couple ways you can verify it against another person.
That's
Mhm.
true.
Because
Because it could be like minor, make it look like, or use minor illusion and make it look like Druidcraft.
Because I think the best ones
Right.
the best ones that we've come up with are not just a verification for you. They're a means of verifying another person as well. Like the prestidigitation of smell that can only be detected by someone with an upturned scent,
Yeah.
or the idea of kind of like the scent itself and what it is being kind of like a lore cut to kind of like an older time, or a connection therein.
Mm-hmm.
These are kind of the more the dual cross. So like if you druid crafted and you were to say like, oh, I'm going to make Dahabe's favorite flower appear, like rise up out of the table,
Mm.
and then knowing Dahabe's flower, but like having
Yeah.
Dahabe tell you what it is beforehand.
But the only reason you know it's my favorite flower is because you see it everywhere in the tower, not because I've told you, right?
Right.
You don't have the
Right.
memory of me going, my favorite flower is definitely the calla lily. You just
You
kind
just
of
see
know
like
it, right?
calla lilies like painted on the walls.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not
this
keying.
is her favorite.
You're not keying the action to it being a key. It's more or less you're
Yeah.
putting on
No,
display
I
your
get-
knowledge in the.
Yeah, no, I get it. I
Cool.
get it.
So everyone's got their thoughts and processes here. I guess I'll leave it to your meeting and what you had intended to speak of. Roman is very satisfied with the security levels here.
We still have the scribe that's in here. So
He makes up
I
a
would-
perfectly plausible, and he
Okay.
is absolutely not going to be the avenue I use to murder you all.
Can we name him something since he's here now?
He's scribe, and he was really well named because he is also a scribe that he was. God damn it!
Let's name him Genji.
I don't like it.
Genji
Dingy?
Scrivener.
What?
Genji.
I don't like it.
Genji. Oh, I thought you
about
said
Gamgee?
dingy with a D. I was
Like
like, why would you-
Denji.
why would you
Samwise.
call him
Oh, like
that?
dingy, like dirty.
dingy. Oh,
Yeah. I was like, why would you call him that? Just because
Grubby. Why don't we just call him Grubby? Or Grimace.
Grubby.
I just don't.
Purple guy,
I
Grimace.
don't want to name him Genji because I don't want him complaining about healing the whole
Yeah.
time. I want to name him something else. So I'm going to, and his name is
Alright.
going to be.
Can it not be a Western name?
I mean, I.
That's my
Bob.
only request.
A non-Western
Like Bob
name?
or Sandra
Oh.
or whatever, you know?
Like
What about
maybe-
Tanaka?
That's cute.
No.
Tanaka?
Is that a last name?
His name is
Win Hugh.
Dimitri.
Dimitri.
Dimitri. I'll take it.
Dimitri the scribe.
Like Dimi?
Dimitri. Yeah.
Dimitri.
When I was gone, did you guys decide not to keep Rook in this meeting because it's just an extra person?
He's here.
Is he
He's
here?
here.
Okay,
He's
he's
here.
here. All right.
He's just gonna cut himself up.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Oh wait, what about Dahlia?
He only
Oh,
gets 10
Dahlia.
checks and then he's out of fingers. So
Yeah. then
She
better
I'm
not
in
check
trouble.
Rook too many times.
Yeah.
She can cast Druidcraft as well.
Oh,
Nice.
she's a druid. Cool.
Well, no, she just can cast Druidcraft as well.
Okay,
Like, yeah. Whatever.
NPCs aren't classes.
Yeah.
that's fair. She is my daughter.
She picked up on some tricks. She can definitely
She's
heal.
her mother's
Yeah.
wild daughter.
No, that's Violet. She's
Violet's the
the
wild
mechanic.
daughter.
She's not wed yet. Chop chop over here. Though Sky really needs to get on it because he's the oldest. Give me grandbabies.
This is all in character occurring at the meeting as we're like finalizing our security. So
Oh, they
Dahabe
know.
is worried about there being other changelings in the armed forces. That's kind of the armed forces.
guard?
The guard.
Guard.
And do we need to like line them up and just start
Stab
polymorphing
Put your
them?
hand out.
Excellent.
Polymorphing.
That would take some time, wouldn't it?
That's
Well,
a
do you
lot.
want to just wait around for all of us to be murdered in our sleep by doppelgangers and changelings?
Well, at least for what we currently have,
Answer
have-
is no.
just have each squad line up, and for now, just
Present hand.
present hand, just like cut yourself, show that you're not a changeling, and then we can move on from there.
I think Dabe came up with a test, and you just have to swab yourself and put it in a little thing, and then drip some drops, and it comes up with lines that show you're either positive or negative. I think that's the easiest way to do it, in my opinion.
It's like COVID tests.
Yeah, it's basically a COVID test. Yes, you're either positive or negative. Positive,
Positive
is-
doppelganger, negative
doppelganger.
doppelganger.
Negative is you could be a doppelganger, but at this time we can't really tell. And then
Fair
we
enough.
isolate everybody.
Someone's been doing COVID tests. too
Yes,
much.
I've been doing some recently. So,
Well-
but that would be great if we could do that.
I mean, we could line them up and have a pin, right? Like it doesn't have to be
Like cut your
a-
hand open.
Yeah, it doesn't. We don't have to be dramatic and be
Oh,
like,
be
Oh,
a
just like
pinprick.
like a little
you know,
diabetes
a pinprick.
test.
Yeah.
It doesn't even need to
Diabetes.
be the hand. It could just be like, I don't know, your leg or something.
Yeah.
Because that's a lot
We could
easier.
do it
Why
on
are
their
we-
arm.
Well, again,
Well, if
Arcana
it's a
COVID
pinprick,
vaccine.
there's yeah.
Arcana would tell you it does need to be a quantifiable amount of blood because
damn it.
just a little bit will look the same as
Okay.
a normal person's. It needs to be like the full deep blood to be noticeably the SpaghettiOs flavor.
What if we have a blood drive?
I love it. I love it.
Mandatory
And they're
blood
all
drive.
mandatory. If you have to come and give blood, yes.
It's
Oh.
for the good of the town. It was
Do
a
we
joke.
have a way of preserving blood?
No.
blood
Repurposing
drive?
it.
All right.
Refrigeration.
All right.
It's like a blood drive, but it's just actually, but it's like a blood sacrifice.
The
All-
main,
yeah.
yeah, the main
All-
uses for blood are kind
For
of dark
own-
magic. So
Yeah.
All joking aside, my opinion, and you guys can we could talk about this where we're talking. I think we should just like test the lieutenants and stuff. There's a lot of guards that are lower level. They're gonna sneak in there, but
Like
the good thing is-
Bill.
yeah, but the thing is, they don't have the same access as a lieutenant would have, and we just have to be careful and monitor
Bill
each other.
almost killed me.
Bill was a lower
true.
level
He's a lower level guy. That's
guard,
true.
and he almost.
But we're talking
killed
like how many
Evangeline.
He
tests?
was a respectable young man.
he wasn't young.
Bill is
Oh.
dead right now.
He
but
had a kid.
Is he younger than Summer?
He has
I-
an 11-year-old
Most
kid.
people
He was
are.
about 40.
I
Is
just
he
was under
younger
the
than
impression that we
Summer?
had a lot of
Yeah,
guards.
Summer's
We have like 60
older,
guards or something, right?
No.
Yeah, it's like.
Wait, how many
60
guards do
something,
we
I
have in
think.
Yeah.
total?
Hold on.
Oh,
hold
man,
on.
I think I
have it
wrote it
written
down.
I think it's 60. I guess if we can find out a way to test them, then we should.
That's
test
not
them.
that many.
No, I guess that's
We
not that many.
can we can drag a little dagger through 60
fif-
guards.
No, there's
big
50
deal.
guards, 20 soldiers, and 5 knights.
Yeah.
Who's to say that the next one is also going to be a guard? It could just be someone who, it could be one of the teachers.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, we're gonna have to stab all of
We
the
can't
help in the
stab the
keep.
entire. We can't stab the entire town. I mean that's obvious, but I think we
don't
just
see
need
why
to be
not.
aware.
Why can't we?
I don't know. It just
Yeah.
seems like a
Can't
lot of
we?
people. It seems like a lot of people. It just doesn't seem practical to me, unless you guys can come up with a practical way. To I
And
think
then
everybody is-
once they get stabbed, they turn around and get kidnapped by a doppelganger.
yeah, that could happen.
It's
Yeah.
not a good
It's not a good way to
option.
do it. Stabbing.
not
is
Okay,
not
really-
okay. So
love
we can
stabbing.
set up different stations. So if they're entering certain areas that are maybe more like
sensitive.
sensitive, they would need to go through that process in order to verify.
Like the
Yes.
keep.
And are we
Yeah.
implementing a curfew as well?
Ugh.
Are we turning into a police state?
A
I don't love
curfew.
the idea, but if y'all really want a curfew,
A curfew will
Zach's
help.
eyebrows.
Will hurt business.
Oh no.
I don't see what good a curfew would do.
I really don't think that would make much of a
I believe
difference.
people should just wear masks because it's not that big of a deal to wear a mask.
Is
Who cares
Casey
if
like
it
a
gets-
secret fascist? What is happening?
I don't think so.
Okay, so
Okay.
look, everyone just gets stabbed. Brent says, "No, you can do it. It would be easy. It's not a good way, but it is the only way." As the Mandalorian would say, "This is the way."
This is the way. Nice.
You just have to murder
Well-
your entire populace. That's the
No.
You know,
Fine. They can't
Brent-
doppelgang people if there's
Not
no people to
murder,
doppelgang.
just stab. Just stab. You know how easy it is to survive a stabbing? I've
a
stabbed
commoner with 4
myself
hit
with a
points?
knife so many times in my life, and I'm still here.
for a commoner with
Yeah,
more hit
but I
points.
will
Casey,
say-
I can only make so many good berries in one
Yeah.
day, and Dahlia can't make near as many.
Quick
I just
note.
say to be
If-
practical in medieval
Wait.
times, if a person got a cut, that could kill
Hold
them
on.
with an infection.
True.
Wait.
Infection.
But
So
they
N-
didn't have
The
magic.
Hold
good
on.
berry part.
Hold on. NPCs have exactly 4 hit points. A dagger used by anyone with a 10 or higher index does at least 1d4, which means there's a 1 in 4 chance
You're gonna kill the person.
person you stab.
Those
So
are odds
you're,
I'm willing
so you're
to
telling
take
me. So
Oh.
does this mean that it is
for the
possible
good of this
that if
town.
somebody just has like a knife and they're just like cooking dinner or something, and they are of average or
Brett-
higher strength,
Brett
there is a
says-
1 in 4 chance that, but say
They're gonna
you
die
get a better
doing something
percentage
mundane.
if
that
you-
Well, it
they're
has
just
to hit
cutting
the
and
AC.
they'll just be like, ow.
Yeah, but you don't want to
Like a
ignore the
Bethesda
AC.
game.
Brett says even better if you have a +5 dex.
Yeah.
Oh.
Nice.
Oh God.
Mikhail,
Okay.
you need to do the stabbing.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're just checking to see if you're a changeling or not. Bam!
All right, let's
Oh.
table this. Let's talk about
It's a witch hunt, but it's changelings and
Yeah.
Yeah,
doppelgangers.
but
a witch hunt.
I'm not about this. We'll figure something
Yeah.
out for that.
Actually, another secret that you would know is that doppelgangers float on water just like ducks. So if you
So if you climb up and throw them in the water,
They all
Oh.
drown
everyone.
I love it. I love
weigh
it.
them against a duck, and if they weigh the same, then it's a
We
witch.
do
I mean,
have
a
a
changeling.
river.
I mean, a doppelganger.
My God.
Also, the blood
We
of a
do have the little
doppelganger.
canal through the town.
That's true. The blood of a doppelganger will react violently if you damage it. So we could heat up a wire, put it in a petri dish with just a tiny bit of their blood, and if it reacts violently, you know
They're
it's
not the
doppelganger. Hey,
thing.
wait, that's the thing. Sorry, I thought of
Were
an
they
old movie.
Flubber?
That was like
what?
John
Someone,
Carpenter's The
someone
Thing is
posted
the best
a
movie
someone posted
ever.
a gif of that.
I did because that's one of my favorite movies. The Thing. Look at that. Look at
Okay,
this gif.
anyway,
Yeah.
let's
It's a good scene.
shelve the witch hunt
Kurt Russell.
and talk about
He was such a stud back then.
Wait, no. Before we move
Still
on,
is.
sorry, Magpie. Before we move on, we need to test the remaining people. in the
Everybody's
guard.
good. Oh, in the guard.
Okay, for sure.
In the guard.
The guard, yes.
60 people. We can do that easy.
That's easy. I can
Okay.
coordinate that.
Okay.
Okay. And then
I highly doubt you're going to catch another good doppelganger, but we might. You never know.
okay. So the other information that we have, so if the man was to be believed, Idhelm's brother
Waldir.
was involved. Yeah. Well, Waldir was involved in everything that's kind of been happening over the past 10 years or so regarding our town and the hardships that we've faced. And before that, Erdrick, what? Is that right? Erdrick was attempting to essentially take over the town. I don't know how much Demira knows, but it appears she attempted to call things off after my mother died. She may want to know that he's not following suit. I don't know if we should invite her here, if that is information that should be sent in a letter. It seems a little dangerous to send that, not knowing who might see it.
Well, when was the last time you saw her?
A year ago.
Well, it's been a year. Is there any reason that you could invite her?
It was a year ago, right? When out of character, when Matilda died, right?
She died.
Or was it more like 6 months?
Oh, it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah, I don't remember.
A year
it was
ago.
like right. Yeah.
Yeah, you've been running the town for a year.
Okay. Yeah, so she would say like a year ago, and then that would very much imply that it was at the funeral. I mean, I guess
It could be like an anniversary invite. I know it's not the greatest, but it could be an excuse to get her here so you can talk to her in person. And then you don't have to rely on a letter.
okay.
Just an idea. Or is there like a birthday? Is her birthday soon?
I mean, I would think that it would be Evangeline's birthday soon because like she turned 16 shortly after her mother died.
Then your birthday. That's the perfect excuse to have her come and visit.
Okay, that could work. She would look over at Romand and just kind of try and gauge his reaction to the idea, and then over at Dahabe as well.
Who? Will? What?
What?
I thought you said a name that I wasn't aware of.
Romand?
Romand. My brain was like Wilhelm. Stop fighting her, you dum dum. Does not want to play with you. Okay. He is after the security bit, he's more kind of just staying out of kind of really being invested in a lot of what you're talking about. And when you're talking about the Idhelm family, there's kind of a noticeable reservation that's kind of taken to the front of Romand. It's not so much that he seems to be trying to display no reaction or feeling, but there's a pretty clear kind of like
Not comfortable.
not okay with the conversation, and not but he knows that it's not his place here to be petty.
Yeah. Okay. And then she would also look at Dahabe.
Yeah, well, we just finished planning one party, but gotta plan another one, I guess.
We
Yeah,
have a little bit more time to plan this one.
it'll be a more intimate affair, I suppose.
Yeah.
All right.
Hopefully, fewer hangings.
I thought time was of the essence because, like, she
Knock
might
on wood.
be able to help us with the problem with the doppelgangers, right? Because it's her brother that's doing it. Am I right with that?
Dusk is being hired by
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, like, maybe ask her to come as soon as possible. Don't even give a reason. Say it's an emergency, or you really need to talk with her. Get her here, talk to her, or we could go there.
Well, my main concern is if we send a message that reveals, I mean, obviously he knows that something has happened at this point, but if we reveal our hand and he somehow finds out,
yeah, that's bad.
Any
Would he
advantage
kill
that
his
we
own
have.
sister?
Would he kill his own sister?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Why don't we go
Does
there
anybody
then?
know?
Because then they won't know the message until we get there and give it to them.
Like all of us?
Or a trusted, either somebody from this group or the whole group, or something like that. Go there, because then we don't have to worry about our message getting intercepted.
Well, yeah.
Does she know flower language?
Like origami?
I don't
That's
know.
paper language.
What?
It's
Flower
origami.
Flower language. Like
the language of
the
druids.
secret meaning
speak
of
with plants?
flowers. Like, like I don't know.
Like
A
a
yellow
red
rose
Like the
means
daisy
friendship.
means that I love you truly sort of thing. Or like a
Is that
yellow
real?
rose is
Friendship.
friendship. That,
Yeah.
like,
Red roses love it. Is that real though? The Daisy thing?
Yeah.
I didn't even know this. I've been married for so many years.
Oh, you should get your
I
white
feel like
daisies.
I'm failing here.
You got to get her white daisies.
She loves
though.
daisies.
Not them like Technicolor ones.
All right, I'm sorry, John. I brought this
Those are
on.
good
I brought
ones.
this.
Oh no, it's fascinating.
I brought this on us. So
Apologize. Good
uh,
stuff so far.
I'm learning good stuff. All right, cool. But no, I mean, I think that the way to be sure would be to go there, but then we're leaving town. So maybe
And we're also going
Yeah.
to the location where the man that wants to
Yeah.
kill me.
Yeah, but he's probably putting all his focus on the town. So it may be safer to leave and go
Well, if
there
he
than
has
it is to stay.
spies out here,
That's
They'll
true.
know.
yeah, I think the safest place for Evangeline is in the keep.
Well, yeah, but maybe she can send a messenger though, somebody that's trusted.
Well, we're definitely sending a messenger.
Yeah.
Could probably send Mavis or Valor or something. Someone who can defend themselves if they're attacked.
She would kind
Not
of look
Valor,
over at
that's my
Rook.
boyfriend. Oh, just kidding, Magpie.
Well, I mean, she would look over at Rook because he is competent. He is aware of the situation.
Girl, they gonna kill Rook.
Please don't. He
Send an unnamed NPC.
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Don't name him, John.
See, that's the problem with this game. I keep on naming people. I didn't want to name that scribe. You just made me do it.
Right.
I know, that's why I did it.
Dimitri.
Be annoying.
Hey, that's abuser talk right there. You're just like, you made me do this.
Ah,
That's
right.
abuser talking.
Right.
Shit, I've been called out.
Chris, you just like pulled the curtain back on the
Yeah.
fucking wizard.
Right.
Me?
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
You're using psychology. Back.
Gaslighting bullshit.
Gosh.
Okay, so we'll send someone. She would leave it probably up to Morax to decide who to send. Obviously, someone that can defend themselves, with a couple other people that can maybe defend themselves.
And the message will say what? We're having a tea party. Get here before the tea gets cold. Hurry the fuck up.
Yeah.
Like, is it in code? I mean,
Well, here's the
Because-
thing. Here's the thing. So when they were at the funeral, she essentially, and correct me if I'm wrong, she essentially was like, here is a favor
Yeah.
for you to turn in whenever you feel it's necessary.
ooh, okay.
She wished to push
So-
the scandals of yesteryear far aside and unite the two families without conflict. Lady Ilmhelm offers up the town of Gateneath her promise that she and her peoples will no longer cause issues for Gateneath and will answer the call for aid if ever it arises.
Okay. So I
What if
feel
you
like,
put it has arisen in the letter?
yeah, I feel like she would reference like specific wording that Demira had used to kind of give that offer, and like she would reference that in kind of more of like a vague manner, but like it's obvious enough to anyone that had the conversation that that's what's happening.
Gotcha.
The
type of thing.
sun, it has arisen.
Yeah, I got
It's time for tea.
a crazy question for you guys. I'm just thinking, like, I know I've been here playing this game with you for the last 8 sessions, but do we have like undeniable written evidence or some type of physical evidence that we could bring her here and show her and say, look, your brother is trying to kill Lady, the matriarch, or Lady
Bill's body.
Evangeline. Yeah, but that
Bill's
doesn't, I mean,
body,
it's just a
the
dead
boo
person,
boo
though.
on my arm.
Yeah, I'm saying
No,
though,
so
really,
far
it's-
it's all been
yeah.
verbal.
So what
I
we'll have to
guess.
do is bring her here, show her the tunnels underneath, say there's all this crazy shit going on. There's the
Well, the tunnels don't have any.
yeah, but it's involved in the whole plot. We could say we have the rising suns are attacking us, and I can't
We
remember.
probably
what,
didn't keep that changeling's corpse, did we?
I don't know. Did we?
I doubt we did.
could've.
We could have. Yeah,
I
I don't. I
think
just don't remember what it was
very
that made us think like what evidence
Oh,
did
did
we
we
get
burn it?
that made us think
think
that it
so.
was her the
It
other-
was one of the. It was
It-
one of
it was
the.
a person.
Yeah, it was. We imprisoned. We
Imprisoned one.
We still
we
have him
captured-
imprisoned, right?
Yep. It
No.
was
No,
the
no,
one
no,
who
no,
like
no,
who
no.
was
We
like
captured
I'll
two
who
of
was like
them.
I'll talk if you let me go.
Oh, the one that we let go. See, the
it was out
problem
on the
is
battlefield.
the problem is if we don't have anything that's evidence like that, they could just come and deny it and
It's
say this is all hearsay, and like
hearsay.
so. We
GR
need
well,
some evidence.
the way that he explained it though made it seem like she knew that and condoned for the past 10 years that was happening, and then had a change of heart when Evangeline's mother died. So she knows
Right,
that that's
right.
something that he's doing. She just might not know that he's still doing it.
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
right. That's a good point. I forgot about that. That's why I wanted to ask, because in that case, she may say, okay, yeah, it seems like there's still something going
We could-
on. And
We could also introduce her to the prisoners that we have. See if any of them are
Yeah.
willing to.
yeah, but if it was you and somebody was doing this to you, would you believe the word of a prisoner against your brother?
Girl, her brother sucks. Like,
Yeah.
Look, he's a troublemaker.
I'm sure she'll
let's
agree.
Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She knows.
I'm just trying to play devil's
So,
advocate because I don't
if
want
she
to get
doesn't,
into this situation.
Like, let's say she's like, it's absolutely
Well, if
not.
she doesn't,
It's not my
then
brother. How
she-
dare you?
yeah,
Then I leverage and say, okay, well, you offered assistance. You need to
Right.
help us fight these people off, and we still get
Mhm.
what we need.
yeah, because she is in charge of like a bigger town / city,
A port
right?
town, yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's the
Same,
town of
John?
it's about the
colonoscopy.
same size. It's just
Oh, it's about the same size. That stinks. Because if it
Oh.
was a city, then we could get a lot more magical help from her. You know what I mean? Because it would be bigger. Bigger a city, usually, the more magic you have. I'm just saying it.
I just want
generality.
magic items. Is what I'm saying.
No, what I'm saying is like if we had a mage that could cast better spells, it might help us figure some of this.
Oh,
out.
Wow, are you saying that we
wait
can't
a minute,
cast
I am not
spells?
trying-
Oh,
I am playing
the
devil's advocate.
audacity!
I am not trying
Kevin, the devil does not need an advocate.
to.
How dare you?
Okay, fine.
I'll take it
Okay,
though.
fine.
I'll
Devil's
take-
doing fine on
Yeah.
his own. Thanks, Kevin.
I did not mean an insult to anybody. What I'm saying is we just have to
I
think
think we need
very
better
carefully about
rogues in
this
the party.
before
And in the town.
we accuse somebody's
That would be a great
brother
addition.
who. All right. Anyways, we talked about it. I just wanted to bring it up. I want to talk about it. This is good.
Well, if
We're
the
not
real Dusk
necessarily-
would
look,
step
here's the thing, though.
forward.
Here's the thing. We are just presenting her with the information that we were given. And as we see it, the information lines up. We're not saying, hey, come join our hunt so we can murder your brother. We're saying, this is what's been happening. This is what we've been told. Does this make sense to you?
Maybe talk to your brother.
Yeah, like
Tell
maybe
him to
can you
quit.
figure out what the hell is going on? Maybe tell him to chill. Like, this
Yeah.
is
You
not
just
us
fucking
like bringing her
don't.
here. Yeah.
You think?
So like, and she offered us a favor, and I'm gonna call it in.
Yeah, I think that all makes perfect sense and it's a good idea. But what if we tried to catch her brother doing something like talking to these Rising Sun guys or doing, and then we could capture him?
How would we do that?
I don't
Where
know.
would he? It's not like he's just gonna go hang on the corner and
No,
be like,
we would
"Hey,
have
How
to
do
freaky dudes."
we know that he's not a changeling?
Well, that's a good
And-
question. We could cut him. I say that sarcastically.
I don't want him in
Pulling
this
out the knife.
town.
Picking
Yeah.
your fingers.
We could cut him. No, I don't know. I'm just trying to think of some different ideas. Think outside the
Well, yeah,
box
no,
here.
like I get that, but like, how feasible is it that we are going to go to another town and just happen to find one of its noble family members speaking to the leader of a raider gang or whatever the hell they are?
That's a fair
Yes.
assessment of what they are. Yeah.
I got an
Yeah.
idea. Like this is another crazy idea, but I'm gonna throw it out there because you guys love my crazy ideas. This is the crazy idea.
What brought you on?
Suppose we just invite him to come alone.
No,
And we say, hey, we want to talk about some issues we've been having.
And then we
And-
kill him.
And then he like tries to kill us and we stop
Summer.
him.
And then we kill him.
And then we kill him. No. So
And the
like,
favor from Idhelm is just
Yeah.
to not pay
Just-
attention.
yeah,
Just
not
let
pay
it.
attention.
Yeah.
Exactly. We don't use our
Easy
favor.
peasy.
We don't use our favor. We lure him into our territory. I don't know. I'm just saying it's so crazy, but it just might work.
Okay, so
I-
how do we lure him into a
We
town
invite-
that
we just
he's
invite him.
actively attacking?
We invite him and we say, hey, we have
Under
some
what
weird
pretenses?
We could say that we have
Your
False
birthday.
ones.
your birthday. No, false ones.
It's your birthday. It's your unbirthday.
Yeah.
It's your
No.
half birthday.
Sure. Unbirthday.
If you really want to know what I think would work, is you invite him and say that
Oh,
we've been having some
Unbirthday.
strange situations here, and we wanted to talk to you about it. And we thought,
That's
since you,
suspicious.
of course, he's doing suspicious things. He's going to be like, hey,
but he would be suspicious of us
He would
immediately.
be, yeah, he'd be like,
Oh, okay.
"Hi, random person
Yeah.
I've never met before. Can you please?"
Yeah, but you are not just a random person he's never met. You are you're kind of related, right? You're related to that family. I don't know.
That's her uncle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's your uncle. So you're inviting
By
him. You're the
marriage.
ruler of this town. So you're inviting him
By blood.
Yeah, by blood.
Oh, gross.
You're
Okay,
inviting
here's
him.
the thing. I don't know him. I do not have a relationship with him.
Right.
That would raise suspicion.
What does he do?
Mm,
What's his background? Is
Kevin,
he like
Real quick, I want you to come all the way out to Indiana and hang out with me for reasons.
I'm already
And then
trying to kill
I-
you.
I want-
So that'll be great because then I'll go right there and I'll be right in there. I could turn your cats against you.
Oh,
It'll
no.
all go great.
I was there the whole time.
I don't know.
no.
I'm
Wait,
just
did you
trying to
threaten
bring
my
up some
cats?
different ideas. Like sometimes if somebody brings up a crazy idea, somebody else will think, like Zach will be, oh, you know what happened one time? My friend went over to that person's house. I don't know. I'm
And
just making
murdered
shit up.
them.
But
It's not gonna
sometimes it's a
work.
good idea to think of different ideas. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
That's
We're gonna
that's
I
have
just
def-
don't think that one.
well, that's
that
definitely
one-
a different idea.
It's a different idea. Right.
Yeah.
It was an idea.
I'm trying to brainstorm here, guys.
Yeah, we're brainstorming. I think Kevin, I think what your spiel kind of triggered for me is that it'll be a good opportunity for us to separate Auntie from Uncle.
Yeah.
Auntie Demira from Uncle, whatever, it's an evil uncle. So
right.
so I think if we have them separated, that's good because he's a dick.
Well, if he's
And-
a dick, he should get a divorce.
Yeah. And we could keep a
No,
patrol
they're not
out.
married.
They're not married.
They're brother and
Oh.
sister.
Yeah, brother. Yeah, it's not. They're not Targaryen
Well, then
either.
she should
So-
get rid
Well,
of
then maybe
him.
they should
Disown
get married.
him. I don't
We could
know.
Literally the
we could turn
siblings
This
of the
white
man
and
that
gray
sired me.
Dragon throne or whatever.
Plus, sometimes people who are bad guys are very arrogant. So if you invite them, he may be so arrogant, thinking even if they know I'm bad, I already have people in this town to kill these people, so I will just arrange it. Or they may not even think that we know. They may not know
No,
we
because he
know.
doesn't like to get his hands dirty, Kevin.
No. Otherwise, he
Well-
never would have hired
Yeah, he hires
Dusk.
underlings to do his job for him.
He
Alright.
hired. Okay, so he
That's
hired
just an idea.
Dusk, right?
and
Yeah.
Wait. Oh,
He-
wait,
He
Elizabeth.
hired.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry, go ahead.
he hired Dusk, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
We know that Dusk is currently in the town.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe we should focus on that.
Right. How about we try to turn Dusk? I mean, he's a criminal.
there's
Criminals.
no way.
I don't
Morag-
think
Well, no,
that's
there
gonna
is
we
a
have
way.
all of.
Criminals can
We
be
have
It could
more
happen.
money.
Criminals can be bought.
It's all
Yeah,
about
we have
money.
all that money.
The hard part is finding him.
That's right.
I think you're right, Elizabeth, in that we have to focus all of our a lot of our efforts into finding Dusk, so that maybe we can turn them.
Or at the very least, we can get information from Dusk
Or kill or capture. Yeah.
to confirm that he was hired by Evangeline's uncle.
Yeah, I think Uncle is too powerful and too removed from the crimes for us to be able to snatch him, but we can snatch Dusk and kind of go the same route that you were thinking, Kevin.
Yeah,
Because
Start small. Then bloom out.
they're in the town, like you said.
Yeah, they're here. We know that they're here. We were told that they are here, and we had a changeling attack one of our guardsmen strip him and put him in his own box
Yeah,
in our
that was sad.
town.
Yep. We're
What?
probably gonna get
Prove it.
attacked any day now.
Can't prove it.
Well, we had a changeling do it, not Dusk or
can't
the
prove it.
uncle. We don't know that happened.
Can't prove it.
Shut the fuck up.
We don't have a body, that's true. But
Shut the fuck up.
we did have a body in a box.
We have
We
had
have a
two
pretzel
witnesses
bill.
so far.
We have a pretzel bill.
A pretzel bill. Oh my gosh, you got a spit take.
Okay.
Wait, I just realized
This-
Summer doesn't know about Bill's
That's right.
body.
No.
Oh God.
Bill.
Yeah, it is Evangeline, and we're just gonna keep it that
Oh
way.
yeah,
What?
by the way, we found Bill's body in a box.
Yeah.
What?
Bill!
Yep.
Yeah, I thought I couldn't think of a good time
Oh
to
my
like
God.
sort of bring that up, but we did find his
I don't think my notes are going to like be an
Corpse
accurate
in-
I don't think I'm
representation.
gonna survive.
in his
Pretzel
possession box.
bill in a box.
Okay, so to-do list. 1, send a letter with a coded message. Jonathan, are you gonna make us like actually like write out this letter, or can we just say it's like really good and
That's fine.
And okay.
Thank you.
2,
Test the guard.
test the guard.
Okay.
3,
Profit.
find Dusk.
I'm a
And the
druid,
letter
not
is
a
an
prophet.
the letter is an invitation to bring Auntie over to us. Okay. Find Dusk, capture, interrogate,
Murder.
decapitate.
If I may have a
Yes.
few questions. Sorry, if we're testing the guard, as you say, are we telling them why?
What a great question.
Here's the
It's
thing.
definitely worth it to tell the lieutenants why.
The lieutenants, maybe, yes. But if we tell everyone, they're literally just gonna start stabbing each other.
Or there
And
might be
accusing
a
each
mass
other.
panic.
Yeah, they're gonna start accusing each other of being a changeling. So
Yeah, I
we have
think
to be
that's a-
very careful about how we do this.
Also, if they're not in the guard now, then stabbing all your guards is only going to let you know that they're not currently in there. And also,
Yep.
if you start stabbing people, a doppelganger is probably going to understand what that means.
Yeah.
Right. Plus, it might be better to tell everybody. I'm just going to come out and say that.
No.
Telling
Absolutely.
everybody there's
You
Well-
want to tell everyone to be suspicious of their neighbor might have been replaced by a murderous doppelganger.
This is literally the red
Yes.
panic.
I'll
It's
be
literally
honest.
just like, oh, your neighbor
That's
might be
a
a
terrible
communist.
idea.
Well, we could keep secrets. I mean, that's the other idea.
I'll be
I mean,
honest. I want you to do that.
yeah, wouldn't that be great? No, then they'll
No.
leave.
But
But I can
Probably
understand
leave.
your reservations for not doing that. That would be
I
the
think
smart
that's
I-
terrible.
I think
You've
that's
already-
a terrible idea. That'll
Not-
spread mass panic.
to do that.
So I don't think we need to have a police state. If
Why not?
the truth gets out, then we will need to
No,
have
no,
a
no. We're
police
gonna
state.
1984 it and just lie to the people that there is
Yeah.
no issue and there's
Exactly.
nothing to worry about, and we'll let them slowly get picked off one at a time without any knowledge of what's happening. Great
Right.
plan.
We need
Or
to find
if
a
they
happy
notice their neighbor
medium.
acting funny, they won't be able to tell us because
They
Well,
won't
okay,
know.
then what? So then, how do you like?
How
I
do you
don't know.
differentiate between someone has indigestion and someone's a fucking doppelganger?
Well,
He
well, no. I
does.
think the
Fascinating
question is
question.
like, if you wanna educate the public and like really protect them, like how do you do that?
by giving them
Or
information
do you?
and telling them.
Well,
Yeah.
no,
Well,
because you're
here's the
saying
thing.
like, are we gonna lie? Like, are we gonna
Okay, so
1984?
how would you
Like,
how would
we
you
can't.
present?
I'm
I
okay
mean-
with that.
Okay.
Out of character, like
Oh.
Casey is on board with that plan.
Okay.
Zach's
Like,
probably
it's-
not as much
Right,
for the implications, but
Oh
the character.
no, no!
Yeah.
Well,
Like
yeah,
out
it's a
of character,
story.
I'm like,
I
I
mean,
don't
it's
like
an
the
it's
line.
a story.
Okay,
Right.
so Evangeline would look over to Mikhail and be like, "How would you tell these people? Like, how would you say it to them in a way that's not going to incite panic and like constant accusations?
Is Mikhail sharing that idea in character
Yeah, I'll share it in character.
of like we need to tell the truth to
It's
them?
an idea. One thing is we could lie to them, keep it a secret. Another idea is we could tell everybody, but I'm just saying, what do you guys think is going to work best? What's going to save the most lives? What's going to help us capture this guy the quickest? Like I said, I'm trying to like stimulate some different ideas, because if we just pick the idea we think is best at first, we may miss some other opportunities.
Yeah.
Or we could sit
Have
here and
sack
talk
is-
for 5 days about what idea we want to use.
Yeah.
Like,
I know. I mean, it sounds like you guys have already
okay.
made up your minds. I'm just
well,
saying,
no.
we may
Okay,
want
so
to think
here's
of
the thing.
ideas.
I
Here's the
just
thing.
wanted to discuss it because
Yeah.
going and stabbing all 60 of our guards and
Is
not
very
saying why
suspicious.
is
very
going to leave
suspicious.
a lot of room for them to speculate. And what
Yeah.
they speculate on may be worse than the actual truth of the
Exactly.
matter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or
Right.
we
Well,
come
and then-
up with a party line.
But even
Either
if we
way, I think we need to get ahead of that truth.
right,
Yeah.
but even if we create a lie, it's gonna be hard to like keep up with it.
favorite. It's my favorite game, you guys. Keep going.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Okay.
Did you hear what
Yeah.
Zach just said?
We
It's a-
tell
it's a
everyone
puzzle.
there's some
That
was a
kind
good
of
idea.
illness
He
going
said-
around town,
He said,
and everybody needs to stay inside.
come up with a party line.
A party
Yeah.
line, exactly. But I agree
Oh, you
with
said
what
a party line.
Casey.
Oh God.
Yeah.
I agree with what Casey is saying, because I mean,
My
maybe we should
favorite
tell the
game.
guards so they know. They already
this
know
just-
somebody was killed, right? If
Is-
the guards found Bill's dead body, they're going to tell all their friends, unless you immediately tell them, don't tell anybody,
Hell, there's at least a couple
Well,
of guards
that will
who
make people
do
tell
know
people
for certain.
more.
Yeah, for certain people. some
Guaranteed,
people know.
every guard knows.
Yeah, every guard already
Okay.
knows. So we should tell them the truth and say,
And they
keep
already
it-
know there's a changeling too.
Yeah.
maybe say keep it from the rest of the town so that we don't have mass panic.
I mean, there's
yeah,
no way to
but
do
that's
that.
not gonna happen.
That's not going to happen. So, okay, so we operate under the assumption that the information is already out and we have to get ahead of that somehow, which means that we have to give them just enough information.
You gotta get ahead of it. You gotta get ahead of the information.
Out of it.
Shut up.
We gotta direct the narrative.
Oh
We
my
do.
God.
Control it.
We
Right.
need to
We gotta
control.
control the narrative.
Wait a minute. We are the best town. Everybody knows it.
It's my favorite game.
And everybody says so.
We are at constant war with the neighboring town, right?
No, not
No,
later.
we were.
No.
Not anymore. Not anymore. They've actually pledged their support to us. That's that town.
Okay. So, at this point, we can safely assume that the guard is aware that Bill is dead and he was killed by a changeling.
Yes.
Any of the guards that were with us would have heard that there is a changeling in the town.
Yep.
So we can assume
Yep.
that at least the guards, if not all of the lieutenants, are aware of that information. Okay. Most of the guards have family members in the town. Any of the ones that have gotten home have probably already said, "Oh my God, the craziest thing happened today."
Probably not true. Guards,
Probably not true.
Guards typically are not allowed to go home after their shifts. They're kept in the barracks. It's more like a fireman gig than
Okay.
police.
So like it's like a rotation. kind
yeah,
of thing.
they'll stay on for like a good long duration, and then they'll get to go home for a few it'll be like a 6-day or 2 6 days that they'll stay on at the barracks, and then afterwards they'll come back home. So
Okay.
it's not going to be like a situation where they're just going to be like popping in to see their family.
I
or
think
I'd
this-
imagine also it's sort of a
Okay.
default. It's sort of a default thing that like something big happens, don't just immediately talk about it.
Yeah.
You'd
Until like
hope.
they've
You'd hope.
okay.
You'd hope,
Oh,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
people
you know
are
what?
gonna
That's
talk- people
valid.
talk about it
you would hope
immediately.
so, but
Okay, so at the best case scenario, it's contained within the guard ranks. Worst case scenario, it's already gotten out to the town. So we need to at least address it. So people aren't coming up with all these scenarios.
So we need to have a town hall meeting.
We need to have a town hall meeting, at least let them know what happened. And what we're doing, I guess. as far as like how we're addressing the situation, but
Who
not
was
necessarily.
who? You know what, Kevin? You need to get credit right now for wanting to choose honesty and truth, because we were all ready to like manipulate,
hide this
lie,
shit.
and in 1984 are populist.
Well, my character is Mikkel is a former like kind of like a con man.
John,
So
I feel like
he knows what that's like. So now he's trying to do
feel
what's better.
traumatized.
I'm trying to do what's better. I'm trying to be a good guy, you know. I'm trying to like do what's right. Plus, sometimes things actually work easier if you do the right thing. You know what I mean? You don't get all these crazy rumors going. You don't get people, you know what I mean? It may actually like people may actually tell us, hey, we have some leads. We found this person acting funny. You know, we may actually catch the person based on that. That's just my idea. I may be totally wrong.
but
here's the thing, like it's like we're on an edge of witch hunt versus actual information.
Well, I mean, when somebody kills somebody in our world, like, and the police kind of tell us something's going on, I don't immediately think it's a witch hunt. I think they're trying to catch the person that did it. You know what I mean?
But this is a small town of like
this is a
300
small,
people,
close-knit town, and also are we going to tell them?
We're telling them
the
that
killer
it's a
could be
changeling.
any of you.
Yeah,
it could be me.
It's you, Hester Prynne.
I mean, I think what you do is you just kind of you tell them what's going on, and you kind of leave a lot of that out. You don't want to say that because that's
For me,
a bad thing to say.
But that's the truth.
I'm gonna come clean. I'm gonna pull back the curtain myself on with the Wizard of the Oz thing. It's very much my intention. It was my intention the first time we did this, and it's very much my intention in this game. And again, if there's a comfort level, just let me know. But it's very much my intention to force people into a position of political power to understand why certain people who make political actions do the actions that they do because of reactionary thinking that you have to do certain things because event happens. So it's always been my intention that that's the case. The only time that it really made like a juicy element in the first town game I ran was when the Lord of the Town effectively mind assaulted the member of the town and took the information from them without asking for it, without trusting them. Just said, no, I get the information from your brain, detect thoughts into your brain. So that was a fun time. I really enjoyed that part of it, but that showed like a tyranny that showed like an unwillingness to concern themselves with like the agency of their close associates. But at this point, it's really interesting that you guys are dealing with this, what you know is not a conspiracy, but have already identified that it will very much lead to conspiracies just by bringing it out.
Yeah.
So that,
well, especially in a small town aspect, because
I mean, you already have people going, "Oh, hey, Susie's acting weird today.
Yeah,
she's cheating on her husband." You already have that shit going on,
right?
Yeah, because like I don't know if you guys have ever been to a small town or lived in a small town, but like I go to my sister's small town and then they talk about me for 6 months. Because I work in theater and I dress weird.
Yeah.
Like I am the talk of the town for literally 6 months. And it's like I just showed up for a weekend.
But I mean, that's my main point, is that you are focused on trying to identify what the reactions will be. And sure, it's not like real life because it's not 1,000 different reactions that you're really dealing with. It's just mine, and I'm going to try and make that as real and as canon and as like tangible and immersive as I can make it. But yeah, there's definitely going to be repercussions no matter what you do from this point forward. And I really like that you're expanding upon how you want to deal with it and the sensitivity that's present here. This is really good shit for me. Maybe not for people watching. I'm having a great time.
People watching are probably just going to be uncomfortable and stressed.
This is literally one of the best sessions I've had ever.
Like, oh my god, are they going to choose tyranny and oppression, or are they?
Because
all right,
okay, so I've traumatized you guys, and that's horrible to boast about, but I've traumatized you guys with choices in the past in games,
that had to deal with your character's like own agency and their own like life and what happens to them next. And I've dealt with like the party kind of having to decide who is going to be the person who has to sacrifice
The
themselves.
lamb to the slaughter.
I've dealt with those kind of things, those kind of hard questions, but this is a little different because a lot of what you're trying to decide here isn't really about yourselves. It's about how you're perceived by me.
Joke's on you. Pistaha Bay's quitting this
Yeah.
council and moving the fuck out of the city.
Hey,
All
the,
right.
the guy I haven't named the bandit in the jail, he said that they're probably going to be dipping out of here and traveling north to Dayet. You could go too.
Yeah, we could go there and attack them there. Maybe stop the whole
Orax
thing.
just joins them too. He's like, you know what? Fuck this job.
I was a bandit once. I can do it again.
Yeah.
That's
my God.
okay. It's almost wartime. I think the mayor
Yeah.
should be consolidating those extra powers.
Damn you
as
for
the
fucking paying
spaces
attention.
are-
Damn you for fucking paying attention.
Council.
Damn you
But-
for fucking paying attention because, yeah, that's the next part.
But
The
what I will
Hey,
say,
what's the
war.
next part?
The horrors of war.
We need
All
to
right.
grant emergency powers to the mayor.
right?
That's
I
what
feel like
To choose
Zach
life and death
and
of the other-
Jonathan are working together
Yeah.
behind the scenes.
No,
Is that
no.
happening?
No.
One party, one power.
No,
I-
Zach wouldn't do that.
I'm feeling pretty gaslit,
Oh,
No. Here, this is
which
what
is, I guess, typical for these
Mikhail,
games. So.
Mikhail would say. Oh, do you want to say something,
We
John?
are all forming the story
Yeah.
together where we go
Yes.
one, we go all.
Oh
Right.
no.
All right.
We're gonna get demonetized.
and that's,
no, no,
and
no, no,
that's how
And that-
John's Twitch account got banned.
Wait,
I'm gonna get canceled. Oh
No.
my god. It's a joke.
I don't even have
This is
anything
why-
to cancel. No.
This is why I can't hang around with white men because this happens.
Every time. Every time.
Listen, the,
Every time.
have you heard?
Oh,
Okay,
Wind up
like-
on a list.
All right.
Poor
That's
Kevin
the
is the only
laugh.
innocent one in this space.
No, that's not
such a
true.
good
But
soul.
but I am flattered that you think so. But what I will say is this: I was bringing up all those ideas just because I wanted us to think about this. Besides just choosing the first thing that came into our mind. Not that that's what we did, but we had a bunch of different ideas. They came out. So I think we're on the right path. I just wanted to say, I will support whatever the matriarch comes up with. You know, you will have my full support. Don't think that I dissent or anything like that. I'm just trying to talk a little because a lot of our talking now will save us a lot of problems on the back end. All these thoughts we're talking about, all these things. That's all I wanted to do. So that's all I wanted to say. So don't worry, I'm not dissenting. I'm going to go along with what you guys decide as a council. You know, our council here. But I just wanted to get all these things out. I think we had a good discussion. I think we came to a lot of, you know, we talked about a lot of good things. So I think we'll make the right decision now. That's all I'm saying. I'm done.
Okay. So I guess it's on the table that we need to, I mean, obviously address the situation to the town, but we need to determine ahead of time what information, like how much of the information are we going to give out. I feel like if we don't give enough, it will lead to speculation and potential, I guess, damage to the town.
Another question is how do you want to disseminate the information that you're granting? Because the
Yeah.
method that you disseminate it in, it could be a case where only the astute are actually paying attention to it. Like if you put it out in like a mailer, some people won't even read that. So you only have to
Yeah.
worry about those people being afraid or scared or anything.
Okay.
A mailer.
Like a paper that
Like a little
something that
like
you send out.
newsletter for the town or
Yeah.
something.
You don't
I
think we
feel
should
like-
have like a town hall meeting or something?
Oh yeah, if you want to just announce it loud from to get everybody invested, sure, yeah. But like if you wanted to like say, hey, we told you,
just like a town notice.
but then be able to be like,
Mhm.
yeah, we told them, but we didn't think they were listening. You could do it that way.
That's a little passive aggressive.
I mean, it's deceptive.
Just
Oh,
it's
yeah.
passive.
That's not
Um,
passive aggressive. It's
Actively deceptive.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you options that might work.
Okay.
Here, I'm trying to make sure you understand. Like, if you muddy the waters on like how you deliver it, it could be like there's a plausible deniability there. You gotta focus
Yeah.
on that.
It's not my fault you didn't read the memo.
Not my fault
Yeah.
you didn't read the memo.
Per my
I don't know how to
previous email.
read. I live in a medieval village.
We have an education system. Maybe you should have stopped farming. You should have started going to school.
It's not my fault. The stuff I told you that was supposed to be true was actually just a bunch of lies. You
Now you're-
believed them. It's your fault.
Now you're
You
cooking with
believed
gas. Now you're cooking with gas.
Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
we need to decide if
Oh,
we're going to be more direct with the information that we do disseminate, or if it's just going to be like, hey, notice this happened.
Yeah.
And like tack it to
Well,
a
let's do
pillar
this.
in the
let's
square.
do an optional like an optional chat, right? Like it's not mandatory. You don't have to come if you don't want to.
Just like
but
an announcement.
But you kind
You're
of do.
invited. No forcing them, because that way people who are checked out can stay checked out, and that's fine. They want to be checked out. They don't want to get involved in politics. That's their right.
Yeah.
but here's the question. By creating this town hall, are you creating an opportunity for Dusk?
To do
infiltrate
like some
into
terrorism.
Right.
To do some terrorism.
Yeah.
the whole
You don't-
gang.
You don't understand every single thing that
Well,
you
yeah,
guys
I
are
mean-
thinking
Yeah.
I
is
mean, if you can.
in my brain.
I mean,
Well, yeah,
he
I
could
mean,
also
He's like
just, like
3
attack us
multiverses ahead of
during
us.
church.
But it's like a puzzle, right? Like
I love
there's
it. Yeah.
there's
There's no wrong answer. There's no right answer.
but there's also no right answer, right?
Yeah.
So
There's
any
just-
I mean, he
answers.
could have attacked the matriarch and the abbess during the
Absolutely.
dinner, but he didn't.
He didn't. I mean, if he had an opportunity there, he probably could have. But yeah,
I feel
Yeah.
like
Did he
we
have one?
also need
We don't know.
to not be alone.
Buddy system.
Yes.
well, absolutely. So the time is up. It is the end of the session. I absolutely do want the conversation to continue. The presumption in my mind is this hasn't taken as long as it has in real life, because the thoughts are probably coming out a bit faster in character than we're kind of actualizing them, and we're also doing a bit of memeing and joking and whatever,
Yeah.
stuff like that. So obviously, less time has progressed in game than in real life. That said, the option for you to kind of try and halt the information spreading amidst the guards, unlikely. It's probably already disseminated throughout. Rumors do spread. It's really not something that you can help. That being said, it's your choice as to kind of what you're going to do regarding this, and a lot of good options have been put out here. And I do want to make sure that you understand at the start of next session, I will expect an answer, kind of like what you're doing after the meeting, what the plan is. So you do have a lot of good things that we've stated here. We've got a lot of stuff on the table. I don't think it would be too crazy to kind of watch back this portion of the meeting and kind of maybe take notes on that, kind of track down the ideas that you think are pertinent for each one of you, or if you already know the thoughts that you have in your mind and have already been taking notes, make sure you kind of highlight those in the general discussion. And then if you have anything that you want to say in character, like that you want to put forward as a thing that you're saying, be it a mandate or just a request or a discussion, like in character, post that in the in character chat and kind of cycle through that narrative, like discussing it in character, but also everything that's in general is going to be taken as not character. So don't assume that, like, if you say something in there, I'm going to take that as granted. I want you to make sure that you're moving it into the in character chat and posting it there. That said, I was jokingly in my mind the whole time thinking like, oh yeah, and then the scribe is Dusk. Whoa, let's see you next session. But it was it was mostly just a meme to do at the end, and I didn't think I could like get it to a next ground point because I wanted to make sure you understood like what I'm expecting for next session. That's it. Thanks for watching. Those that did, and we'll see you next Tuesday.